partners. Using our free Google Business Optimization, we will work with you to make sure that when someone is looking for your goods and services, they can find you. Contact your local Eagle representative today. Eagle Radio, online, creative. Be heard, be seen, get results.
Eagle offers a wide variety of fun, interactive contests that allows listeners and readers to win big prizes. And those contests also can help businesses craft their marketing plans, reach new audiences, and send coupons and other messaging via our email services. To find out more or to get started, contact your local Eagle representative today. Eagle Radio, online, creative. Be heard, be seen, get results.
97% of consumers go online to find and research local businesses. Your website is your #1 marketing asset. Is your website due for an upgrade? Are you relying on Facebook to deliver customers to your door? Eagle Web Development offers affordable, fast, and mobile-friendly websites for our business partners. For more information, go to eagleradio.net. Eagle Radio, online, creative. Be heard, be seen, get results.
Facebook is the leading social media platform used by almost 2/3 of all internet users. Eagle's team of social media experts will craft a custom campaign targeting exactly who you want to reach when you want to reach them. Let Eagle help you unlock the power of social media today.
10 junior, averaging 4 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists per contest. For Kingman, they will start in their lineup. Ty Birkenbaugh, a 5'11 junior. With him will be Avery Albright, a 6-foot junior. Nolan Friend, a 6-foot junior. Along with Cole Watkins, a 6'4 senior. And Tristan Davidson, a 6'2 sophomore. Drew Kraxner is the head coach of the Kingman Eagles. Bryson Flax, the head coach of the Southeast of Saline Trojans. And obviously, Tyler, if you're the Trojans, you're disappointed in being here in this game. You were the #1 seed coming into the tournament. You were state ranked 10th in Class 3A in the state of Kansas, and you stumbled against a good Hugoton team last night. How do you get ready to play this game? It's your third game in 3 days here at the Sterling Tournament without a day off. And it's also a game that you're kind of, you're in a gym, not really anybody here. There's a few Kingman people, a few Southeast people. You got to make your own energy, don't you?
Yeah, you really do. And third-place games are always trap games. A lot of times there's a team that's excited to be here because they might have done some things in the tournament that maybe they shouldn't have. And we see Kingman that, has played really well to get here. And a lot of times you'll have a team that maybe thought they should be playing for a championship, and they're here right now. And again, we know Coach Flax, the master motivator, and I think he loves this situation. He loves to see how his kids are going to come out, how they're going to handle this situation. At the end of the day, it's playing basketball, and that's what we hear Coach Flax say all the time. He wants his guys tested as much as they can be tested, and I think it's a great. Whatever tournaments you talk about, state title runs, this is only going to be a spot that you can look at. You can put a pin in this tournament right here and see which direction this team goes. And tonight is kind of where it begins for the boys team.
Kingman, the 7 seed coming in. They had a buzzer beater to beat Scott City, who was the 2 seed in the first round, 48-47. Eli Sawyer's in the center circle. He'll jump it up along with Cole Watkins, and he will tip it to the rim. It's going to be Gebhardt, Marco Palmer, and Nakari with 2 as Southeast of Saline scores in the first 3 seconds of the game. I guess if you're going to start one out, that's the way to do it, right?
Yeah, and you see an extremely aggressive tip. That was obviously a design play. Sawyer's tips it. Great vision from Gebhardt. Sees Nakari, great finish.
Here's a defensive block by Southeast of Saline. Then it goes out of bounds off of Kingman, and Southeast will have it. The Trojans lead it 2-0 here. We're just underway. Here comes their second possession of the afternoon. Drake Augustine floats off to the right-hand side. He'll find Daniel Kerr. Kerr tried to bounce it maybe inside to Eli Sawyers. That ball gets taken away, and it's the first turnover of the game for Southeast of Saline, but Kingman gives it right back on a traveling violation.
Yeah, we see a good play right there from Cole Watkins, forcing that turnover from Daniel Kerr, but then all of a sudden Kingman just sped up, and that's something you're going to want to see Coach Flax's team do, just run, and see if Kingman can keep up.
See how much energy they play with here. They did a lot of full-court defense in their first game against Hutch Trinity on Wednesday night. Don't know if that parlayed into some fatigue last night against Hugoton or if it's just an off night for the Southeast Trojans in that semifinal game. Here's Kingman shooting the three on the right-hand side. It's going to be weak off the front of the rim. Oracle Palmer with the rebound. It's a run out for Sawyers. He's going up to dunk it. Missed it. Never really had it. Sawyers was going down the middle of the floor and was struggling, it looked like, to get a handle on that ball. It went up to dunk it, and it goes out of bounds off of Kingman. It will stay here with Southeast of Saline.
Yeah, it looked like the ball bounced maybe off of Eli's knee near midcourt. Never got full control of it. You know, when you dunk, you always make sure you have two hands on the basketball before you do it, and Eli just didn't have a secure grasp on it.
Here's Gebhardt, a backdoor cut. Sawyers is going to find him and score. Luke Gebhardt, again, a 20-point night last night against the Hugoton Eagles. That's a career high in scoring. He is off to a good start here again tonight with his in the first minute and a half. 4-0 Southeast of Saline. Here's a mid-range jump shot by the Eagles. That's no good. Drake Augustine grabs the rebound for Southeast of Saline. Here come the Trojans off and running again. Kingman back nicely on defense to the right-hand side. Morical Palmer now down at low with care. Back out to the three-point line to Sawyers. Couple of dribbles both directions, and out ends up with Drake Augustine along the baseline. He throws one up at the backboard. It's no good. Daniel Kerr underneath gets the rebound, and on the stick back he is fouled. He will visit the free throw line for two.
And I thought that was really good awareness from Kerr. Got the offensive rebound. He
ends on the foul for Kingman shooting. 4-0 our score. Southeast of Saline leading. Not quite 2 minutes into this contest. Daniel Kerr makes the second free throw attempt. 5-0. Here comes Kingman back the other way. Full court token pressure here. The man-to-man set by Southeast of Saline. Drake Augustine up top, forcing the Kingman point guard to the right-hand side. That's Nolan Friend. Now back to the middle of the floor they go. Hesitation dribble by Avery Albright. He'll get into the paint. Shot up, no good. Nakari Morical Palmer wins the rebound battle with two Kingman Eagles. Now to Augustine. Touch pass to Kerr. The ball knocked out of bounds by Kingman, and it will stay here with Southeast of Saline. They'll have it underneath their own basket. Kingman's coach slams his clipboard down on the ground in frustration. Here's Sawyers inside off the inbounds. Turns around. Can't get enough of the backboard for that to go in. It goes off the back of the rim and comes out to the Eagles on a rebound. Kingman up the left-hand sideline. Looking to the left. Big step in the lane, and a shot is up. No good. Rebound being fought for, and it's going to be won by Kingman. A lot of contact. No whistle either way. Now a shot and a foul inside on Sawyers. Boy, you let all that activity and all that contact go, and then you call that on the shot for the Eagles. Scoring for Kingman is Tristan Davidson. He will also have a free throw opportunity on the back end of it for a three-point play.
Yeah, and that was a great finish from Tristan Davidson. But like you said, a lot of contact going both ways. And for that to be the time the whistle blows is unlucky right there for Eli.
So all of a sudden now, Kingman has cut into the 5-0 Southeast of Saline lead with 3 points of their own. 5-3 our score. Southeast of Saline leading with the basketball. Sawyers along the baseline. Kicks it out to Kerr. Three-pointer on the way. That's no good. Good block out by Kingman, and here come the Eagles with the rebound. Up the near-hand sideline. It's their right side. Pass across the paint. A shot up off the window is good from Cole Watkins. All of a sudden, the Eagles have it tied here on a 5-0 run. Nakari Morical Palmer to the paint. To Sawyers. Backdoor again to Gebhardt, and Luke's going to score. That's the second time those two juniors have hooked up on that play. Full court trap now for Southeast of Saline. Drake Augustine nearly has a steal. Now Daniel Kerr takes it away. Back to the left-hand side. Kingman in there to disrupt it. That's the second time these two teams have exchanged turnovers.
Yeah, and you hate to see that when you force the turnover over there on your offensive side, as we see right now. Oh, it's a big-time block from Nakari, but you just hate to turn the ball over after you force a stop in your own defensive or your own offensive front court.
Kingman thought they had an easy shot at the basket, and then Nakari Morical Palmer came up, blocked it with his wrist. Kingman will have a foul, though, on the floor. Daniel Kerr will pick up the foul. That is his first. Second team foul for Southeast of Saline. Kerr will come out. Case and Lilly into the game. Tough night last night for Case, and he did not find the scoring column, and that's been rare for him here lately. He's been on a tear. Here's a lob pass into the paint. Gebhardt's going to knock that one away. Sawyers takes it, now to Nakari. Up the floor, Lilly. There's the score right away. He's not going to have that game twice in a row, is he?
No, he's not, and that's awesome for Case and Lilly to get started with an easy bucket. We know what he can do from the perimeter. If you can get that easy bucket to start off with, that's a shooter's dream.
Here's a Kingman ball handler now. Nolan Friend getting into the paint. He is going to be smacked, says the official on the far side, and they're going to call the foul on Drake Augustine. That's his first. Again, if you're listening along and you have the ability to watch online, we invite you to check out SalinaPost.com. There's live stream video along with the radio broadcast, and that's brought to you by Salina Medical Aesthetics. We'll have both the boys and the girls games on Salina Post and here on KINA. First free throw by Nolan Friend is up and good. Second one on the way. Also right through the net. So Kingman 3 of 3 from the free throw line to start this contest. They trail Southeast of Saline, who has led the whole way, 9-7, about halfway through the first quarter. Drake Augustine brings it up the floor, shading more to the right-hand sideline. Eli Sawyers now has it. He'll give it up to Morico Palmer. Nakari looking back to Eli, standing on the three-point line, baseline in front of the Kingman bench. Now out to Gebhardt. He'll unleash the three. Got it to go. Luke Gebhardt has 7 in this first quarter.
And that's, I mean, there's so many offensive weapons. Who do you take away? And right now they're doing a good job trying to, take Eli away. But you start doing that too much, and Gebhardt's going to, if you give him any room, he's going to do exactly what he's doing right now.
Back to a 5-point lead for Southeast of Saline. Kingman had a guy stuck, A.J. Winninger, down along the sideline, on the baseline, I should say. And he was just kind of pivoting around, finally took a shot because he's up against the 5 count. He made it. Now Southeast comes up empty on their end of the floor. Kingman runs it back the other way and gets an easy 2 from Cole Watkins, his second bucket of the night. 12-11 now. Again, Southeast had a 5-point lead and it fizzles away. Nakari Morico Palmer just standing shade left, top of the circle. Put a tough pass into the paint for Gebhardt. Luke did his best to get there and drew the foul.
Yeah, Gebhardt right there was really good positioning. I mean, it was streaking through the lane, felt the contact through the bottom out there, through the butt, got the contact. Again, it's just a Gebhardt being savvy. He knew that he would draw the contact and get the foul.
12-11 our score. Drake Augustine will come out. Drew Richardson in. Richardson started last night as Augustine getting over some illness. There's a quick pass inbounds. Nakari Morico Palmer has it now. A bounce pass into the paint for Sawyers. Eli can't get it to go, and Kingman yanks the rebound out of the air. Under 3 minutes left to go in the opening quarter. Kingman has it on the right-hand side. Nolan Friend, bounce pass. Down low to Watkins. He turns. Rejected by Nakari. Here comes Eli Sawyers. Around the back pass. Went to Gebhardt, and Gebhardt chases it before it goes out of bounds. Sawyers back up top now to Lilly. To Richardson. Three-pointer. Splashes it home. Sure, Richardson might have just got Eli Sawyers out of a little bit of a chewing there.
Yeah, without a doubt. You could say sometimes you just want Eli just slow it down a little bit. I mean, sometimes the points, the assists, they all look the same. Doesn't matter how they come. I know Coach Flax just loves it. He loves letting his players, play with kind of a, unharnessed, just the way they go out and play. But every once in a while, Eli just needs to take the easy routes.
Like, I get why he did it, because the defender was in front of him, and he had the alley back there. It was just poorly executed. Plus, you're driving on a guy that's 5'11".
Yeah, and I think that's what Flax would be most disappointed with, is take the ball to the rack, draw some contact, and see what happens after that.
Of course, we need some of those to get the wow plays that we do get. There's no doubt about that. And Coach Flax is probably the best guy to have on the bench for that. Here's a three-pointer now from Kingman off the left-hand side. Chase Webster gets the first 3 of the game for the Eagles. They're back to within 1. With his Kingman team just being steady here in the first quarter, hanging right with the Southeast Trojans. Inside 2 minutes left to go. Here's Friend right down the paint. He just keeps hitting his head against that wall, and it's Nakari Morico Palmer on the inside, and that's Nakari's 3rd block of the first quarter.
Yeah, he's obviously super athletic, but his timing is unbelievable. He's not letting the player get that close, but he's timing it so well. He almost knows when he's going to go up. He's going to let that, the ball carrier, it's not the ball carrier, but the dribbler get there, and he's going to go up for the layup, and the car just slaps it away.
Caden Isaacson whistled with a foul. Southeast of Saline leads the foul count now 5-2. And now Kingman right off the inbounds, able to get up and score. That's going to be a basket now, first one of the day for Carter Helm. Kingman's been really good on their inbound offense. Here's Gebhardt the other way, absorbs contact and scores. Boy, Luke makes it look so easy. He already has 9. 1.5 left to go here in the first quarter. 17-16. Kingman briefly there had a 1-point lead. Southeast got it back with Gebhardt's bucket. Now Kingman fires another three. Here comes Nakari with the rebound. He's going to let everybody go by and then follow him up to the right-hand side. Isaacson. Caden now skips it through to Gebhardt. 64 seconds left to go. Nakari trying to make his way into the paint. He does. Collects the defense. Kick out. Lilly has it. Three-pointer won't go. Rebound on the backside is tipped by Kingman, and the Eagles will take it away as we go inside of a minute. Kingman trying to take the lead back here. 17-16. They trail it by one. Eagles fire it off to the left-hand side. Helm has it. Guarded by Morikel Palmer. Lob pass inside. Beautiful play by Kingman, but Gebhardt there to turn it away on the block. Here comes Southeast back the other way. Lilly, big crossover, gets in the paint. Collision, can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound. Now he fires it out. Gebhardt for three. Won't go. Off the right side, Lilly again with another rebound, but then he lost it, and Kingman's going to have it with 20 seconds left to go. Boy, this has been a really high-octane first quarter of play. Here's Kingman with a guy back. Nobody there for Southeast of Saline, and the alley-oop layup goes to Carter Helm. Another 1-point lead by the Eagles. 6 seconds left. Gebhardt has it, top of the circle. Clock down to three. Luke gets in the paint. Kick out Nakari. Three-pointer at the buzzer. Too strong, won't go. And Kingman leads Southeast of Saline at the end of one. 18-17 is our score. Eagles up by a single digit. Back with second quarter action after this from the Sterling Invitational Tournament. Southeast of Saline boys, third place game brought to you by Saline Medical Aesthetics here on KINA.
When it comes to windrowers, we could tell you that Case IH raises the bar for innovation, technology, and comfort. That our new WD5 series delivers the fastest transport speeds in the industry with up to 30 miles per hour. That the robust drivetrain excels through hilly areas. And that the suspended cab and airbag rear axle suspension makes for a smoother, more comfortable ride. But don't take our word for it. Discover the power and performance of the Case IH WD5 series windrower for yourself. Visit Can Equip in Salina to learn more.
The Southeast of Saline School District has a long-standing reputation for excellence. This excellence in public education has been a source of great pride and one of the factors contributing to the quality of life in our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation works in partnership with the USD 306 School District and the community that it serves to maximize student potential, thereby creating a lasting legacy, not only for our children, but for our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation salutes the Trojan Sports Program.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Basketball on KINA.
Sterling College is the place where Southeast of Saline is playing basketball today. Right now it's the boys contest, ready to start second quarter. The third place game against Kingman. Eagles will start with the basketball in a 1-point lead. Tyler, we worried about maybe making their own energy and this game maybe being a little flat because Southeast might not be really interested in being here. But, boy, I tell you what, this game has a lot of energy.
Yeah, the energy is definitely there. As we see a whistle blown, I don't know if they're going to call it. I think they're going to call it where it hits the supporting beam that's holding the backboard. And now it's going to come down if there was contact on the layup. It looked like Gebhardt blocked the layup that then hit the supporting beam that holds the backboard. I think Kingman has a very, very good argument right here.
Well, not to try to make an excuse or win the purple battle, I will, but even if you go to the arrow on that, it's still Southeast ball. Of course, they're not going to switch the arrow. It's still going to be in favor of Southeast, but they will have the ball here. So kind of a weird start to the second quarter. Kingman does lead it by one. Southeast of Saline had a 5-point lead on a couple of different occasions in that first quarter, but Kingman able to come right back on both occasions. Here's Gebhardt with it, up top of the circle, dribbles between his legs, now starts to the left-hand side. He'll pitch it to Richardson. Now out to Caden Isaacson. Boy, Kingman really getting after it here on defense. Richardson up top, starts left, now goes back to the right-hand side. Far corner, Kason Lilly has it. He'll get a screen. Kingman will switch that screen, but get themselves into a foul. Ty Birkenbaugh will collect his first foul. For Kingman, that is only their third team foul.
Well, and before that odd call that started the quarter, we're kind of talking about what Southeast needed to do. We've got to get Eli involved. I mean, Eli, I don't know how many scoreless quarters he has. You get Eli going, obviously this whole offense goes. There's not a lot of people that can stop Eli other than Eli. As you see a turnover right there, this Kingman defense is doing a great job flying around. They're putting a lot of pressure on the ball. I mean, they're making everything uncomfortable. Eli's got to jump in and make them uncomfortable.
And not only with him scoring, but we've seen it already. He's touched the ball 3 times in the high post and ended up dropping an assist for a score each time. So just what he facilitates offensively, other than scoring, helps out a lot. Of course, Eli Sawyer's had an off night for Eli Sawyer's standards last night with just 8 points against Hugoton. Here's A.J. Winninger. He's going to turn and knock one off the window. It's the second time he's done that. Now he has one on the right-hand side of the basket. 4 points for Winninger and a 3-point lead for the Kingman Eagles, 20-17. Sawyers has it in 3-point land. He'll drive baseline, pull up from 17 and drain it. That's the first basket of the afternoon for Eli Sawyers. Back to a 1-point Kingman lead. Eagles have the basketball. 6:15 left to go here in the second quarter. Shot missed by the Eagles. Sawyers has it. He'll rip it, throw it up the court to Caden Isaacson. Isaacson waiting now as nothing but red jerseys in front of him. Out to Richardson for another 3. Drew has 2 trays. 6 points for Richardson.
And a great job from Isaacson to keep his composure. In the lane, bodies flying around. I'm assuming Flax wants him to go up with that ball with a lot of contact. Kicks it out to Richardson, who drills the 3.
Boy, a block up high by Eli Sawyers. He's also going to collect the possession. Now he's off and running. Sawyers makes his way back to the middle of the floor. Pitch out left. Gebhardt for 3. In and out won't go. And the rebound taken off the deck in the middle of the paint by Nolan Friend. Eagles don't want to run now. They're going to slow it down and start making a snail's pace across the midcourt stripe. 5:28 left to go. Here before halftime, Southeast leads it by 2. They're going to throw it away. Isaacson with the steal. Up the court to Kaysen Lilly. Kaysen kind of lost his footing there, but he put the ball on the floor and was able to keep possession. Inside Sawyers. Hesitation off the glass. Good. Back-to-back buckets along with Richardson's three-pointer for Eli Sawyers. They've erased the 3-point deficit and now lead by 4. It's a 7-0 run here for Southeast of Saline. Corner 3, Kingman. Air ball. They can't get it to go. Possession in question. It's going to be a jump ball situation. Luke Gebhardt had his left hand in there, and the official is going to award it dual possession, the arrow in favor of Southeast of Saline.
Yeah, Luke did a great job just being around the basketball, which he is so many times, and just staying there and keeping his arm in there. It couldn't have been comfortable. But what he did right there is he caused the possession to go to Southeast of Saline.
Gebhardt, Isaacson, and also Lilly will come out of the game. Daniel Kerr, Nakari Morkel-Palmer, and Drake Augustine back in. They'll join Eli Sawyers and Drew Richardson, who has had that hot hand. Those two have been doing all the scoring here in the second period. 24-20. Here's Richardson for another 3. Got it to go. Drew Richardson now with 9 points, all from behind the perimeter.
And it's so quick. It's a little set shot. It's not a jump shot like you might be accustomed to seeing at this level. He just catches it. There's not a lot of movement. When he gets it in that cradle and he feels comfortable, he's going to let it fly.
Here's Kingman on a 3. That's another air ball. Sawyers with another rebound. Run out Nakari. One-on-one to the rim. He got himself to the right-hand side of the basket as he was on the left-hand side. Used that rim to shield the defender and scored 2. Boy, this is a big run for Southeast. Kingman, see if they feel the pressure here. Halfway through the second quarter, it's a 9-point Trojan lead. Here's Kingman still firing 3s. That one off the mark. Nakari with the rebound. Morkel-Palmer with a one-handed pass up the floor to Sawyers. Sawyers approaches. Now to the right wing. Back inside to Nakari. He'll bring it out. Now back through to the baseline. Baseline pass to Kerr. Back out Richardson. Can he get 4? No, this one's off to the right-hand side. I think the Southeast bench was going to come unglued if Drew hit another one. They were waiting on that one.
But you're just starting to see them run out. They're going to run out. They're going to run out as Kingman has to call a timeout. They've got to figure out something on the backside when they don't get something on empty offensive possessions.
This 12-0 run by Southeast of Saline has prompted a timeout by Kingman. We will take it as well. 3:33 left to go here in the second quarter. It's a 30-second timeout on KINA.
Knauf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knauf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knauf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knauf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
Work hard, play hard. Good luck, Trojans, from Roselawn Memorial Park in Salina. To learn more, visit roselawnssalina.com.
Drew Richardson with 3 3-pointers here in this game. That's a new career high for Drew as he has 9 here, and we're still in the first half. 29-20, Southeast of Saline currently on a 12-0 run with 3:30 left to go before halftime. Try to hook up with Shauna Smith at halftime, get her thoughts on a big championship battle coming up with the Sterling Black Bears. That is our next game here on KINA, and also live stream video on SalinaPost.com. Here's a drive now. Nolan Friend gets his way back into the paint. Shot up, no good. Nakari with the rebound. Run out with Drake Augustine on the right-hand side. He's going to float to the basket. Nothing there, but Eli Sawyers comes through and flushes it back home. A half a dozen here in the second for Sawyers.
Yeah, Sawyers is showed up after a poor first quarter. He's just dominating. Big defensive rebound there. You're seeing the whole offense just start. Great pass. Gebhardt, Augustine, bucket. All finished.
Yeah.
All started, with the big-time rebound from Sawyers. 2 passes, no dribbles. Great finish from Southeast of Saline.
And the ball never hit the floor other than the bounce pass from half court from Gebhardt into Augustine.
A good job from Chase Webster right there coming down from Kingman, burying a 3 to kind of slow that run. As we see, again, running. Sawyers moves the ball around. You find Moracle Palmer down low on the post. Great finish from Moracle Palmer.
6 points for Nakari, 35-22 the score. Southeast went on a 14-0 run to lead by 11. 35-22. There's one that goes off the front of the rim. And when that break happened there with Augustine finishing off the sick bounce pass from Luke Gebhardt, I was just getting ready to make the point. Southeast is grabbing these rebounds off the Kingman miss, and they're making outlet passes that are half the length of the floor.
They are, and nobody's really making a concentrated effort to get back quickly. Gosh darn, that's a great look right there. Sawyers gets the ball, drives, nice little step through bounce pass. I'm doing it no justice with my words. Great play from Eli Sawyers, great finish from Augustine.
Sawyers took a couple dribbles to the left, drug the defense with him, and then passed back against the grain down low to Drake Augustine, who was running in on the right wing. Here's a foul now on the ball. It'll be Daniel Kerr collecting his second foul. He's the first one in the game on either squad to get 2 fouls. So this has been not only a high-paced game, but one with very few whistles as we've breezed through the second quarter. First quarter was a little slow, but second quarter picking up here with just 1:35 left to go before halftime. 37-22. Kingman with the ball. They pass it into their right wing, right in front of the Southeast of Saline bench. Now a skip pass back to the other side. Here's a block by Drake Augustine. Boy, he got up in the air. There's Sawyers now on the outlet. Sawyers right down the middle of the lane. Bounce pass to Nakari. He finishes on the left. Boy, this might be one of the best quarters, just transition-wise, I've seen Southeast have here this year so far. They lead by 17 after trailing by 3. Now an offensive foul against Kingman. They were pushing off. We're going to go the other way with it.
Isn't it great to see a team play with defensive confidence? You can see a team play with offensive confidence. They just start burying shots. Right there, we just saw 2 possessions from Augustine where he was ruthless. He timed his jump, had a big block. I think we were both thinking it was number 1 or number 2. We thought it was Sawyers, or we thought it was Moracle Palmer, and then we look and it was little Drake Augustine. And then the next in succession, the next plays, we see an alley-oop thrown to Sawyers. Great finish, great pass from Gebhardt. But it's the intensity that the defensive flow that Augustine started right there is really just making this continue on.
Here's another steal by Sawyers. He's getting ready to go out of bounds. He throws it back into the middle of the floor towards his basket to Augustine. Now to Gebhardt. No look down low to Nakari, who puts the ball up and it sits on the back of the rim and crawls off the other side. Boy, that would have been something if Nakari could have got that circus shot to go down. 30 seconds left to go in the half. 41-22 our score. Kingman trying to get a score. They finally do. Boy, that stops the bleeding. Ty Birkenbaugh gets 2, and they have just scored 6 points here in this quarter. Biggest lead, 19, here by Southeast of Saline in this half. 41-24, Southeast trying to close out the half, 5 seconds on the clock. Sawyers has it. Now he's going to hand it off to Luke Gebhardt. Back to Sawyers. 2 on the clock. Sawyers step back. Long 3 on the way, and it won't go. And that'll bring us to the intermission. 41-24. Southeast of Saline explodes in the second quarter, and they will outscore Kingman 24-6 in that period, and that brings us to halftime. When we come back, numbers from the first half. We'll also have a conversation with Shauna Smith, and we will look ahead to that next game. It's the girls' championship game. It's coming up. Halftime is here, brought to you by Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the southeast of Saline Trojans.
Hi, everyone. It's Flanell Garrettson from SalinaHomes.com. It's a new Trojan basketball season, and our coaches have devised a solid game plan. Just like basketball, to reach your goals in the real estate game, we need to have a dynamic game plan. I enjoy working with many of our Trojan supporters in all aspects of real estate. Upsizing, downsizing, investments, town or country. One call to me, and we will get your personalized game plan ready to win. Go Trojans!
Buy or sell, call Winnell at SalinaHomes.com.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half recap. Shot at the horn! Stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Now, let's get back to the gym for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
Southeast of Saline on the boys' side, they trailed Kingman by 3 at the beginning of that second quarter. Then they went on a blitz. They finished on a big run of 14-0. They outscored Kingman 24-6 in the second quarter. Southeast leads at halftime 41-24. Next up, we'll have a girls' championship game after we round out this boys' third-place game. Southeast of Saline in it against the Sterling Lady Black Bears. Coach Shauna Smith joins us now, and Coach, a big 61-58 overtime victory for you yesterday against the Hugoton Eagles. Hugoton comes in the number 1 ranked team in Class 3A. You come in the 10th ranked team in Class 3A. And this was a game that really the first 3 quarters, I think your team did everything that you really asked of them. You took care of the basketball. You were able to kind of get into your offense. You made some great hustle plays. Talk about how this game just developed from early on.
I think they did everything we asked them to do, like you said there. We all played a really good team defense, and offensively we were all a threat on the court. And so that always helps when you're trying to, beat a really good team, because you can't just, not have some certain kids not scoring. So that kind of got us off to a good start there.
Hugoton is a team that has had a lot of success, not only here in this tournament, but it seems like they have a frequent flyer pass to the state tournament in Class 3A. And they have won some titles. Early on, is there just kind of a little bit of a doubt in your players' minds of how this game is going to go and how you're able to stack up against this team? Because there was a point in the first quarter, the reason I asked that question, Hugoton went on an 8-1 run and put a 5-point lead on you. There might have been that moment in time where this game could have gone either way.
Well, yeah, they kind of got to the basket early on us there, and we didn't really stop them. But we kind of responded real well. We just went down and scored ourselves.
Yeah.
And we told them that, we're not going to hold them, scoreless, Hamlin and Voss and all those girls. But our girls, we just got to control them, and we got to score also. And that's kind of the same thing as tonight. So it's one of the things I thought the girls did a really good job, and said we did, when we got down, we kind of came back, and then we kind of said we own those, from then on, we kind of owned the game. And then, fourth quarter, they came back, and I told them that this game was long from over.
Yeah. Hugoton has 3 girls that may be D1 talent. They're all juniors right now, so we'll see what happens there. But one of them you mentioned, Gianna Voss, it seemed like early on she gave you problems. She has the ability to get into the paint and slide step and either go around a defender or split defenders. And you guys had trouble getting in front of her just because of that action. What did you do to adjust that? I know that you went to a zone there for a little while, but was that the key to it?
Yeah, and we just, like I said, we kind of went there and they kind of stopped driving then, you know, and they kind of were sitting out there, and so that kind of, we took that away, and we just kind of had more help, more eyes on them then. So I think that just kind of helped them. We weren't guarding so far out too.
Your help side defense turned into a couple of charging fouls too collected, and that made them a little more apprehensive to drive, didn't it?
Yeah, because they were in foul trouble. They're not deep at all, so that kind of helped us. Because like I said, our kids that come off the bench, or we bring one right after another that can still do all the same things pretty much as the other kids are out there playing.
So let's get to the adventurous part here. You have a 13-point lead early late in the third quarter. You take a 10-point lead, that 13-point lead into the fourth. You haven't had trouble with turnovers all night. You have 6 turnovers up until this point through 3 quarters of play. Your first 6 possessions of the fourth quarter are turnovers. Add into that the ingredient of you were struggling from the free throw line after shooting 10 of 12 the night before. All of a sudden, this game tightens up.
Yeah.
You were also in foul trouble, too, weren't you?
Yeah, the game kind of got in. Again, and we kind of just had to relax and said, I kept telling them, play like you're winning, believe that we can win here. And so that's kind of one of the things. And then we did. We kind of got settled down. And I said, again, I knew that they weren't going to come in here and we weren't going to just go take the game away from them. They have some scores on our team. So, and then when the game got close, we finally made some free throws, I should say, and we buckled down. But, the game I knew it wasn't going to end. It was going to be an end close game.
You had Mallory Pearson, Carson Slazner foul out, and a couple of sophomores stepped up for you, and Brielle Potacik and also Maddie Harris. When you look at this game and the way that you won it in overtime and having to overcome that adversity, because Hugoton had all the momentum in the world from you, is it almost more gratifying that you won it in overtime? I know you hate that things broke down on you and you made the plays that you did, but when you look at the overall scheme of things mentally for your squad, is it a little more sweeter that you did hang on to that win and you were able to complete it?
Well, yeah, because like I said, we could have just kind of went, hung it up and been done, whatever. Because they said they kind of put it in halftime. But Maddie Harris made that score also late to put it kind of in overtime. Also, you could say.
Yeah.
So some of the things that they had a momentum, but we did too because they kind of came back that run, but we also scored at the end. But these girls aren't quitters. They're pretty good. They're pretty. They're talented people, and they're disciplined, and they're hard workers, so I don't ever think that they're going to quit.
Yeah, Maddie was sensational for you, especially when Carson fouled out. She was able to just kind of grab the bull by the horn. She scored the basket that got in into overtime. Then she made a pass. I still don't know how she got that pass to Brielle Potacik, but then Brielle was able to get to the rim and able to score, and those 2 big plays right there really helped you preserve that victory. Now you turn the page, and you go from the number 1 ranked team in Class 3A to the number 1 ranked team in Class 2A on their home floor in their tournament. This is a big spot for you tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think the girls, they're ready for it, though. We're ready to go play. It's you kind of have that momentum going in. I'm kind of glad we don't have we would like the night's rest. We would like the night's practice, but you're kind of going here. I mean, but their legs aren't fresh either. Besides that, we're going 3 nights in a row. That's just kind of how it goes, though. So, we're ready to go and play, and, we don't have anything to lose tonight.
This is a spot southeast of Saline hasn't found themselves in the championship game of this tournament. It's a gym that, even though it is not their home floor, this championship game will be played at Sterling College. This gym gets loud, and it gets chaotic in here. A big experience for your girls. Just other than the X's and O's on the floor, the atmosphere alone will be great, won't it?
Yeah, like I said, there's probably going to be some people going to start showing up here for the game here. Hopefully it gets fuller in here. But, yeah, they'll kind of get what that experience is. And like I said, some of my freshmen kind of got to see what that big-time experience was last night, kind of playing against a team like that.
Sterling, a team a lot like Hugoton. They guard-oriented. They love to run. They love to get up and down the floor in transition. What's your keys tonight to this success in knocking off the Black Bears?
We got to score. I told them we're going to have to get in the upper 50s to be able to play with them. We're not going to hold them. Obviously we got to contain them, but we're not going to be able to hold them down, whatever. But we got to score and limit their second chance points.
Good luck to you. Have some fun with it.
All right, thank you.
Southeast of Saline's girls. Later on, that's Shauna Smith, her squad in the championship game against the Sterling Lady Black Bears here in the Sterling tournament. Should be a fun one. We got 60 seconds, and then we're back with third quarter action. The guys for Southeast of Saline trying to get that third place trophy. They lead by 17 at the break here on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the AmSoil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
A shield against the elements. Comfort in the midst of chaos. Shelter in the aftermath of destruction. For 75 years, Shelter Insurance has remained true to our promise to be there when you need us most. This is the heartbeat of our company, our why. Shelter Insurance. For your auto, home, and life.
See me, Kelly Kitchener, at our brand new location, 1809 South Ohio in Salina.
Work hard, play hard. Good luck, Trojans, from Roselawn Memorial Park in Salina. To learn more, visit roselawnssalina.com.
41-24. Southeast of Saline leads Kingman. We're at the halftime break of the third-place game. This is the boys' contest. Boy, Tyler, Southeast of Saline put it on Kingman 24-6 in that second quarter, and they were led by 10 points of Eli Sawyer. She scored all those in the second quarter. Nakari has 8. He scored 6 of those in the second quarter. Drew Richardson had 6 second-quarter points. He has a new career high with 9. And this machine of Southeast of Saline, they just started going in transition. They took the missed shots of Kingman off the rim, long outlet passes down the floor, and ended up either getting layups or kickouts for 3.
Yeah, clearly a tale of 2 quarters. And, we talked about, the energy and what team's going to be ready and blah, 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 blah. And that was the case in the first quarter. I mean, Kingman's, they came out, they were ready to throw some punches, and then all of a sudden, Southeast stopped just throwing, the counter punches, came out with the haymakers, and absolutely destroyed Kingman in the second quarter. And I'm expecting to see a lot of that, throughout the rest of the game. Coach Flax wants his guys to get out and run. That's when they're most successful. I mean, the amount of athleticism that the Trojans have on the court, it's scary. And you see it. It doesn't matter who gets the rebound. Everybody can run in transition. Everybody can finish. You just want to go and go and go.
Chase Webster leads the way for Kingman. He has 5, and then 3 different guys have 4 points apiece for the Eagles of Kingman. Biggest lead for Southeast of Saline so far, 19 points in that second quarter of action. And Daniel Kerr stole the inbounds, but then turned it right back over as the two teams haven't had a lot of turnovers in this game. But there were 3 turnovers committed there in the first 7 seconds of the third quarter.
You couldn't have drawn that up any better. If you're Vegas and you had the over-under on 3 turnovers in the first 7 seconds, you're winning big. Odd plays, defense mishaps, but now you see the basketball back with Southeast Saline.
41-24 the score. Southeast of Saline would love to get this game accelerated, hit that 30-point mark, and move it into a running clock. That's still a ways away, though, for the Trojans. Keep in mind, because of the adjusted schedule here in Sterling, these guys are playing now their 3rd game in 3 days. Southeast shot up, and it's good. Gebhardt inside. It's Eli Sawyers, who now has a dozen.
Yeah, and we know that Southeast can be very good in the half court. They obviously excel more in transition, so that's how you want to get out. But right there, nice little set. You're able to work the ball around a little bit. Nice defense from Drake Augustine. Looks like it went off the leg of a Kingman player. They're gonna keep the ball with Kingman, but you like to see that offensive flow either way on the Southeast side.
You might say to yourself, well, hasn't Kingman played the same schedule? They have not. They had their first game on Tuesday. So they had Wednesday off. Southeast of Saline went Wednesday, Thursday, Friday with 3 consecutive days. So a day of rest or maybe a day of practice, depending on what the Eagles' schedule was there this week. So far, though, the energy has belonged to Southeast, especially through that second quarter. Foul underneath. This will be on Drake Augustine. That is his second personal foul. He will join Daniel Kerr now with 2 fouls. They are the only players in this game on either squad that have 2 or more fouls. Here's the drive. Down low, and another block on Friend. Nolan Friend is just continuing to go to the rim and continuing to get it turned away by the Southeast defense as Drake Augustine cruises down the floor and gets a right-handed layup. Here's a little run and jump now by the Trojans on defense, and a kicked ball there by Drake Augustine will send the ball down to the baseline for an Eagle inbound.
Well, and the Augustine finish was great. It was great vision from Nakari to even see him, but what a great catch from Augustine. Collect the body. Nice, smooth finish at the rim.
45-24, 6:39 left to go here in the third, and a little double clutch that time by Nolan Friend, and he finally got his first field goal of the night. He went around Sawyers that time with a little double pump. If he didn't do that, he was going to have another block served back at him. But a nice move there by Nolan Friend for the Kingman Eagles. Here's Kerr down low along the block, passes it back out up top in three-point land. Eli Sawyers now back in the corner. Gebhardt has it. He'll find Sawyers, though, out of trouble. Long, tall pass back to the near side. Nakari will take it to the side of the lane. Now out to Kerr. Three-pointer off the back of the rim, no good. And a rebound taken in by Ty Birkenbaugh for the Kingman Eagles. 2 minutes into this third quarter. 45-26. The lead for Southeast of Saline. Near steal here by Sawyers. He might get it, and he does. They're going to say he was out of bounds. Sawyer saved it off the leg of an Eagle over there on that far side. Cole Watkins was jawing back and forth with Eli. And the official said Eli must have had one of his big feet out of bounds.
Yeah, I'm assuming if Eli was a normal-sized person with normal-sized feet, that ball's staying with Southeast. But that's a large man with large feet, and he just might have had a toe out of bounds.
There's a backdoor cut by Kingman. They cannot complete it. They lose the basketball out of bounds. That'll be their 3rd turnover of this quarter and the 9th turnover of the half. 5:44 left to go, 3rd quarter. Glad you could join us here at Sterling College. However you may be watching or listening, there is live video available on SalinaPost.com. Brought to you by Saline Medical Aesthetics. Here's an alley-oop at the rim. Gebhardt to Sawyers. That's the 2nd time they've completed that play this evening.
Yeah, and a lot of contact. The impressive thing with Eli catching the ball up there, putting a little English on the basketball. As we see Augustine, I think, called for the block, as we see the official talking to the Kingman bench. But great body control, great hands from Sawyers to finish on that alley-oop.
47-26, back to a 21-point Southeast of Saline lead. 5:19 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Kingman baseline jumper from the right-hand side of the floor. That's no good. Ball being fought for it. Another block inside, but they're going to call a foul maybe down low on Nakari.
I think it had to have been, yeah. And no disagreement from Nakari because, gosh darn, Luke Gebhardt had great position. Threw the shot away right there. But, yeah, it looked like Nakari might have got him down low.
Bryson Flack summoning the official to come over and have a conversation. The official obliges.
Anytime one head coach talks to the official, the other one wants to as well. Nobody likes to have an upper hand and talk to those guys. And we see both free throws drained right there from Cole Watkins. But, you just want them to let you know that we're here too.
And when the card comes out with the officials' names on it is one of my favorite parts. Yes. That is always a good one, too, because then you're sitting there and you're going, hey, Tom. That's always fun.
Yeah, anytime you're pulling the laminated back pocket.
Like maybe you went to high school together.
Yes, you're exactly right.
Both free throws made there by Kingman. They have 4 points now in the quarter. 5 minutes left to go here in the 3rd. 47-28 is the score. Right-hand side, Augustine with it. He dumps it in down low on the block to Sawyers. Back out for 3 from Kerr. Southpaw 3 won't go. And a rebound taken in by Nolan Friend for the Eagles. Now a little momentary trap in the backcourt by Southeast defensively. Kingman's going to get through that. Now right down the middle of the lane. Friend comes in, has a shot partially deflected. Fight for the rebound. Nakari Morikel-Palmer. Nakari having trouble getting to grip on that basketball. Squirts out a 2nd time, but it was deflected by a Kingman player out of bounds right in front of the scores table.
Well, yeah, we saw a little impromptu trap off the missed shot from Southeast Saline. But that's something you can do when at the back end you got Eli that can, if that impromptu trap is broken like it was right there. Kingman had a shot from 2 or 3 feet, but when you have to navigate Sawyers, it's never an easy shot. He did a great job making it difficult, and now it's Southeast Saline basketball.
Luke Gebhardt down on the low block, looking like a post player. He has a power bounce, turns and scores. That's his first basket since back in the 1st quarter where he had 9. Now he has 11. Kason Lilly back into the game. He came in for Daniel Kerr. 49-28, shot up at the glass by Kingman. That's no good. Lilly with the rebound, and they're going to say dual possession, the arrow in favor of Southeast of Saline.
And that's one of those tough ones. Kason Lilly had the ball, ripped it away. All you have to do is look at Coach Flax. Just had a big smile, kind of laughed a little bit. That's a tough jump ball call right there.
So Southeast will get it back. Drew Richardson back into the game. He will replace Drake Augustine. Drew with 9 points here in this contest. He scored all those in the first half. It's a new career high for Richardson. He wants more. Another 3? Why not? A dozen now for Drew Richardson. All from behind the three-point line. 52-28. Still building this lead is Southeast of Saline. Up by a couple of dozen now. Kingman trying to get the ball down to the baseline is going to lose it. But Southeast of Saline, the last to touch it. Kingman will inbound. Kingman gets it into the corner. Now a drive along the baseline. They'll kick it out to the opposite side. 3-point land. 3-pointer is up and good. The Eagles' A.J. Winninger. He had a couple of baseline shots close to the basket in the first half. That's his first long-distance shot of the day. 52-31 our score. 3:15 left to go here in the 3rd. Third-place game from the Sterling Invitational Tournament. Here's Nakari Morikel-Palmer inside. He absorbs some contact. Still able to score over the top. And that is his 9th and 10th points of the night. 54-31. Here's another 3 by Kingman. That's good. Kingman starting to heat up here with Carter Helm from the corner. He has 7. It's a 20-point game. Southeast trying to pull away and get that 30-point mark, but Kingman trying to make this in a 4-quarter contest. Here's a strip now by the Eagles. Up the floor. Webster makes a pass, and Akari obliterates that basketball out against the wall.
And that's a statement block right there. I mean, the Kingman offense, the Kingman shooter that goes up for the shot is so far behind the basket. Nobody knew where they were. Nakari sees the layup go up and just swats it out of bounds.
Here's Kingman underneath their own basket. They get it into the paint. Now play it out for another three-pointer. They have 3 threes in a row. Chase Webster hits this one. He has 8. 3 threes from 3 different guys for the Kingman Eagles. And they have now pulled back within 17. Kason Lilly has it to the left-hand side to Luke Gebhardt. Gebhardt now skips it back to Sawyers. Now to Richardson for 3. That one off the mark badly. It goes off a Kingman face and out of bounds. 2 Eagles have a laugh about that. They were trying to get that basketball, and it went off one of their foreheads out of bounds. Caden Isaacson will re-enter the contest. Eli Sawyers will take a break.
And although you've seen this run from Kingman, you can't be disappointed right now. If you're Coach Flax with Southeast, it's just they've hit a few threes. They've had a few maybe uncontested outside shots. You see Isaacson missed the 3 right there, but you got to continue to contest shots and think that, law of averages isn't going to work out. They're not going to go 3 for the next 3. Great defense right there from Richardson. Turns the ball over. It's going to be Southeast basketball.
Kingman's 4th turnover on the right-hand sideline as they're bringing it up on their offensive end. Southeast of Saline will get it back. Inside 2 minutes left to go now. 17-point game. Southeast once led by 24, but Kingman has hit 3 3-pointers here in the last couple of minutes. Richardson has it top of the circle. Now to Nakari. He has a foot in the keyhole. Now back over to Isaacson. Inside, another 3 by Nakari, and the fight for the rebound is a good one, but it's between 2 Trojans, Gebhardt and Isaacson for the reband.
2 guys wanting the basketball right there.
I don't think I'd argue with either one of them. 1:35 left to go. Still working our way through the third quarter. This is our third-place game at the Sterling Invitational Tournament, Southeast of Saline and Kingman. There's a floater by Nolan Friend. That's no good. Morikel Palmer with the rebound. And then he was hacked from behind. The ball came out, and they're just going to say it's Southeast ball with no foul.
Yeah, a lot of contact right there. I mean, if anything, you want Nakari to secure that basketball a little bit more, make sure he's got it before he gives it up to a guard. But, a lot of contact that Nakari absorbed right there.
Gebhardt has it on the left-hand side. He turns now, plays it back out on a skip pass to Isaacson. Now back over to Nakari. We approach the 1-minute mark here in the third quarter. Morikel Palmer, little bounce pass down low to Caden Isaacson. Isaacson trying to keep it in bounds. He turns and he saves it off the chest of a Kingman Eagle. It will stay with Southeast of Saline on the baseline inbounds.
Yeah, and again, a nifty little pass from Nakari. We're seeing just the English he's putting on the basketball, and some of these bounce passes just threading the knee dole.
Nakari with
gracious.
A finger roll about 1.5 feet away from the rim. That even gets a smile out of Francis Flax on the far side. He's probably wishing he still coached basketball at the college level. He'd be all over Nakari Morikel Palmer.
When it was with the left hand, that was just beautiful. Great finish from Nakari.
And he was in control of that basketball the whole way through, too. Here's a steal and a takeaway. Gebhardt up the floor to Nakari. This time he does it on the right-hand side. 6 points in the third quarter for Nakari Morikel Palmer. He has 14. 58-37. Now a near steal by Caden Isaacson, but Caden can't keep the ball in bounds. It goes off his right hand, and Kingman will have it. And how quickly Southeast has got back to 20-plus on the lead. They lead it by 21.
No, you're exactly right. And we talked about Caden Isaacson all season. He doesn't care what the score is. He doesn't care what the situation is. And he just showed it right there. Like, if you're going to throw a sloppy or a lazy pass, he's going to be all over it. Great jump, and that adds to the intensity, as we see now a 1-3-1 little 1-3-1 zone from Southeast Saline in the last 10 seconds of this quarter.
Trojans trying to close out the quarter strong here. 9 seconds on the clock. Kingman looking at this defense. They'll take a baseline 3 on the way, and it's good. Boy, they have gotten hot from the perimeter here. Here comes Southeast back the other way with a half-court shot, and that is no good, and we are at the end of the third quarter. Southeast of Saline continues to pull away, but Kingman with the three-point ball staying in it at the end of three, 58-40. Southeast of Saline leads it. Back with fourth and final quarter after this, and it's brought to you by Saline Medical Aesthetics on KINA.
Troublesome car repair and everyone has told you it cannot be fixed or it's way too expensive? Try McKim Auto Service in Gypsum, Kansas. They do quick, dependable work and provide the lowest hourly rate in the area. McKim Auto will service your vehicle from front to back and everything in between. They treat you and your car like a friend or even family. McKim Service specializes in engine and transmission rebuilds. 701 Maple, Gypsum, Kansas. Wouldn't trust anyone else with my family car. So, if your repair seems grim, remember McKim. Give them a call today to make your appointment.
PRP, or platelet-rich plasma injection therapy, has received quite a bit of attention since its use by many professional athletes. Professional football players like Peyton Manning and Jamal Charles have used PRP therapy for sports injuries and to avoid surgery. But you don't have to be a world-class athlete with millions of dollars for this cutting-edge therapy. PRP is available to you in the Salina Pain Clinic. Call the doctors for a consultation and see if this treatment is right for you. See them at 200 South 5th in the Salina Surgical Arts Center.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Fourth quarter ready to fire off here at Sterling College. It's the guys' third place game, 58-40. Southeast of Saline leading over Kingman. In a high-octane contest so far. We've seen a lot of points in this game, Tyler, and it's been fun to watch.
Yeah, it has been. I mean, this is, we talked about coming in, teams have different motivations with the third place game. Kingman, well-coached team. I mean, they know who's on the map. They know that Southeast Saline is on the maps. We see it. Gosh, that's another big-time shot. A.J. Wenninger from three from really deep.
10 points now for Wenninger. That is the fifth three-pointer that Kingman has made in about the last 4 minutes of clock time.
But the Trojans always have this bullseye on their back, and that's going to be something just the way and they want that. And you're going to get a team's best shot regardless if it's a first-round game, a Tuesday night game, or in this case, a third-place game.
And the argument always goes back and forth how much the three-point shot has changed the game. And some people say, it really hasn't changed it. I argue against that because here's what happened here with Kingman. Their last shot of the third quarter and their first shot of the fourth quarter, they cut this lead from 21 down to 15. Now it's manageable.
Yeah, without a doubt. And anytime you can get that game to within 12 or 10, with the three-point shot again, you can just start tightening the screws on defense. It always just makes the game a little bit different. And yeah, it's given everybody a shot, hasn't it? As you see right there, it looks like Richardson called it the push right there. Fourth team foul in Southeast, still 0 on Kingman in the second half. And then right there on the inbounds play, just Nakari, just great positioning. As you see, Avery Albright dribbled the ball off his foot. Good job from Nakari to force the turnover.
Really nobody in this game in risk of fouling out. Drake Augustine is the only player on either squad that has 3 fouls. And our foul count, a little lopsided, but not a lot of fouls. Southeast has 4 fouls. Kingman has 0 in this second half of play. Here's a Kingman rebound, but then it's going to be poked out from behind by Luke Gebhardt. Over to Case and Lilly, and finally Kingman will get their first foul of the second half. It'll belong to Avery Albright.
Yeah, and just a loose ball at midcourt. There was a lot of jostling for the basketball. Albright got caught in a bad spot going after the loose ball. Got his first foul right there.
Sawyers and Drake Augustine back into the lineup for Southeast of Saline. Case and Lilly will come out along with Caden Isaacson. 6:47 left to play. 58-43. Southeast of Saline's lead. Here's a lazy pass inside to Nakari by Drake Augustine. It's going to be slapped out and taken away by this Kingman defense. 2 turnovers here in the fourth quarter by Southeast, but Kingman will give it right back on a turnover of their own.
Yeah, I think that if that's one thing you want to see more of, is you want to see more of a post presence from Nakari and from Eli. I mean, they do so much, and if you look at their numbers and you look at their game, they've played extremely good games tonight. But this is an undersized Kingman team, and at some point you just want to throw the ball into them and just let them eat down low.
Gebhardt with an air ball. And on the backside, Nakari Morico-Palmer could have just let 2 Kingman Eagles have the rebound. No, he jumps up and hits the basketball off of them out of bounds. What a play by Nakari. Sometimes it's those little plays like that they drop your jaw when you see Nakari make them. Here's a drive now for Eli Sawyers to the rim. He'll be fouled, and he'll get free throws out of it.
Well, I think it's a lot of times we just talk about Nakari's rawness, and we wonder why a player would do something like that, and it's not necessarily a play we've seen a lot because he's just raw. He just wants to play. He wants to be a kid out there. He wants to be athletic, and he wants to kind of show it off as Eli misses that first free throw. And it's refreshing. It's fun to see just the energy that Nakari plays with in such a subtle way.
First free throw missed by Eli Sawyers. He will get the second. Only 4 free throw attempts for Southeast of Saline in this game. They are now 2 of 4 after that 50% trip from Eli Sawyers. 6:09 left to go here, 59-43. Southeast of Saline leading by 16. Kingman with it, out beyond the perimeter. Still working their way through three-point land. Southeast still kind of in that, not a lot of pressure, but it is a 1-3-1 defense and a reverse layup by Avery Albright. He'll get his first basket of the game. Southeast back down to the other end. Within 14 now is Kingman. Nakari, though, inside on the drop step. Goes from the inside to the outside baseline, and he's able to score that, and he'll also go to the free throw line to try to complete a three-point play.
Well, that's exactly what I think you want to see more of, you know, if you're Coach Flax, is Nakari just establishing his presence on the inside. You can't guard him with a big because he'll destroy you on the outside, and if you put somebody smaller on him, he's able to post you up. He's able to finish strong as he converts the three-point opportunity.
Free throw goes in. That gives Nakari now 17 points 4 times in the last 2 seasons. And I say 2, we're not even halfway through this one yet. Nakari has scored 17 points. He's done it 4 times now, and that's his career high.
And again, just he's just so nonchalant about it. When I said energy earlier, I meant energy just within his body, the things that he does. You could watch Nakari, you could isolate a camera on him, you'd have no idea. As we see a miscommunication, the Southeast Saline tries to inbound the ball right there. But you could isolate a camera on Nakari. You wouldn't know if they're up 50, down 50, if it's a YMCA game or a state title game. And he's just cool as a cucumber. He's just always straight face, great poker face, but always gives you everything he's got on the court.
Nakari Morical-Palmer has 17 tonight. He had 17 last night. He had 17 in the game at Abilene earlier this season. Also had 17 points in a game last year as a sophomore at Minneapolis. Up the floor, here comes Southeast. Nakari, kind of an underhand shovel pass that time to Drake Augustine, and Augustine got caught in a traveling violation with that pass.
Yeah, Augustine got caught in between bounces, tried to shovel the ball quickly to Eli, and got called rightly so for the illegal dribble or the travel right there.
Kingman with it back. Here is Nolan Friend inside. Found Nakari coming to block his shot again. Double clutched it, and he drew the foul. Nolan Friend will go to the free throw line for a couple of free throws. Nakari Morical-Palmer commits his second foul.
Yeah, that's a good play by Friend right there. He went up, and he's got flashbacks of a couple times in the first half when Nakari threw his shot. Did a good job putting it up, coming under, drawing the foul as he buries his first free throw.
He has adjusted to what happened to him early in this game, hasn't he?
He has learned from previous mistakes.
Two free throws up and good. He now has a half a dozen. Here comes Southeast of Saline. Back up the floor. Eli Sawyers pops out. He has it top of the circle. Now out to Nakari Morical-Palmer. Right-hand side, Daniel Kerr open for 3. That one's no good. Too short. Drake Augustine fighting for the rebound. Goes on the deck. And the only person that kept him from getting the ball might have been his coach.
It might have been.
Bryson there to make sure nobody gets hurt diving into those chairs. Good hustle that time by Drake Augustine.
But, you know, we keep talking about the flow of this game, and Kingman's done a great job just to keep it at 15 still. I mean, there's still 5 minutes in this game. You know, they're a couple possessions away from making this a good game. I'll tell you what, when we see it right, there's 2 different calls from both officials. One official on the baseline had an alternate possession. Official right here got Danny Kerr for his 3rd personal, which is unfortunate. Danny Kerr misses a shot here, misses it pretty badly, goes back, plays really hard defensively. 2 officials, have to talk about the call, and he gets called for his 3rd foul.
62-47. Here's a takeaway now. Luke Gebhardt ends up with the basketball. Luke all the way down the court, gets into the paint, has a backward somersault along the baseline after missing the layup, and he was fouled. Luke will go to the free throw line. Luke Gebhardt started this game like he might score 40. I mean, it was that good for Luke Gebhardt early on, but then others started to get involved. He still has 11 points as he goes to the free throw line here.
Man, we just don't see Luke force many shots.
No.
You know, he'll never be somebody that's going to fill it up. I mean, you know, he had 20 last night, but he's not going to be a guy that ever averages 20, not because he can't, but just because that's not his game. You know, he likes to facilitate. He likes to make sure everybody else is getting theirs, you know, much like an all-state quarterback would. You know, he understands kind of how a good team works as he hits that second free throw. His shot volume just isn't enough to be a 20-point score. Not that he isn't capable of doing it, but he's not going to do it.
Baker's dozen now for Luke Gebhardt, 13 points, and Kingman throws this one away across court against the scores table for their 7th turnover of the half. 64-47, 4:26 left to go here in this fourth. We are still anticipating the girls' championship game. That is our next game of the night. Southeast of Saline's ladies taking on the Sterling Black Bears. An undefeated team in Sterling. They are the number 1 ranked team in Class 2A. Here's Nakari Morkel-Palmer with 67 rebounds on the offensive end and finally puts it in off the glass. It looked like the Kingman guys were just victims watching him.
That was a man amongst boys right there. Great finish from Nakari eventually.
Kingman now losing the basketball out of bounds after defensive pressure from Daniel Kira. 7 turnovers in the second half.
On Nakari's finish, just the discipline to always keep the ball above his head. Great body control, absorb some contact, missed 2 or 3, continue to get his offensive rebound, and finally finished. Great job from Nakari as Flax wants a timeout.
Timeout, Bryson Flax. It'll be a full timeout. 3:53 left to go here in the fourth quarter of the third-place game. Southeast of Saline leads it by 19, and it's brought to you by Saline Medical Aesthetics on KINA.
When termites strike your home or business, you want to fight back with the best. Hasman Termite and Pest Control to the rescue. With over 57 years experience, they offer the best of options, including the new BASF High Precision Injection Treatment. Don't let termites get you down. With one phone call to Hasman's, they can put one in the win column for you. Call Hasman Termite and Pest Control today or visit HasmanTermite.com and follow them on Facebook.
The winter season may be here, but paintball fun is still waiting for you at Elite Sports. Elite Sports Paintball Complex, located 5 miles south of Salina, is open for special winter hours. Get the group together and visit Elite Sports on Saturdays and Sundays this winter from 11 until 4. Elite Sports features low-impact paintballs for the beginners or little ones, so everyone can have more fun. Visit them online at SalinaPaintballComplex.com. Elite Sports Paintball Complex, open and waiting for you this weekend.
Work hard, play hard. Good luck, Trojans, from Roselawn Memorial Park in Salina. To learn more, visit RoselawnSalina.com.
Back here at Sterling College, it's the home of the Warriors. And a little kind of revamped remodel that they had completed last year here at Sterling College, but it's still the same old gym that can get really, really loud when the championship games roll around. And we're going to see that later tonight. Guys contest here, southeast of Saline, out of the timeout. 3:48 left to go. 66-47, the advantage to the Trojans. Down deep, Nakari Morkel-Palmer just kind of dribbled around 2 defenders like it wasn't anything, and he is able to score his 6th and 7th points of the quarter and a new career high for Nakari. He is able to finally crack that 17 mark now as he is cruising with 21 points, continuing to build. Here's a rebound now and a pitch out to Daniel Kerr all the way to the left-hand side, and the southpaw able to use the body to shield the defender. He will draw a foul and go to the free throw line.
Yeah, and I really like that play from Danny Kerr. He's on the left-hand side. He's got a teammate streaking on the right side with him. I like to see him create that contact and try to finish. Danny Kerr is somebody that we saw early on in the season that was an offensive spark plug, and he struggled a little bit. So anything that you can get him to keep him going, keep him invested. We've seen great things from him on the defensive side. You need Danny Kerr to get going again offensively for this team to be where they want to be.
Luke Gebhardt will check out of the game. Levi Allen into the contest for the first time. Daniel Kerr misses a first free throw, but gets the second one to go. 69-47 our score. 3:16 left to play here at the Sterling College in the third-place game. There's a foul going after the steal on Eli Sawyers. That is going to be his second, and we'll put Kingman at the line for a 1-and-1.
Yeah, and that's danger zone time. Anytime Sawyers is looking for a steal near midcourt, watch out. And he knows what time of the game it is. He knows it's a 22-point lead, 3 minutes to go. That's fun time.
Watkins with the free throw. His 7th point of the night. Another one coming up. Action next week for Southeast of Saline after a busy tournament week. He'll turn around and play again on Tuesday. That'll be at home against the Buffaloes from Republic County in Belleville. And then a week from tonight, Southeast of Saline will be back on the road to play the Ellsworth Bearcats. Both of those league contests as Southeast boys and girls both sitting in sole possession of first place. There's Eli Sawyers going to the basket. Had the ball go right between the backboard and rim, and Nakari couldn't wait to get there to show everybody it is nothing for him to remove that basketball off of the rim as he took off from about 5 feet beyond the rim.
Yeah, and before the whole wedgie happened right there, it was a great look from Nakari to a streaking Sawyers. Wasn't a lot of room to make that pass. When those two are connecting, it's fun because they're big guys that can distribute the basketball. They both catch extremely well as Eli misses that first one. But the high-low game that they just nonchalantly create without, necessarily needing a constructed high-low game is special. It's fun to watch.
Sawyers missed the first free throw. Second one on the way is good. Kirby Davis has come into this game for Southeast of Saline. Caden Isaacson now will come in and replace Eli Sawyers. So it's Isaacson, Augustine, Levi Allen, Daniel Kerr, Kirby Davis all on the floor for Southeast of Saline for the last 2:53. 70-49 our score. Southeast here now playing defense. Here's the backdoor cut, and a nice play by Kingman. They come up empty though on the shot, get the putback to go up and score. That is going to be Tristan Davidson down low. Got the basket, and he has a chance to complete the three-point play. Looks like that'll be on Danny Kerr again, and that is his 4th. Free throw up by the Eagles is good. 3 points for Tristan Davidson on that trip. There's Levi Allen now open as he pulls up on the baseline. A nice long pass by Drake Augustine. Got Allen open down the floor.
Yeah, great job from Allen just to beat everybody else down the court. I mean, that's one thing that the game doesn't stop. You got to keep hustling. Very good job from Daniel Kerr at the steal. Misses the layup on the other side and then tries to save the basketball from an out-of-bounds position. Ball goes back to Kingman.
Nate Friesen, Brenton Heller coming into the game. As Southeast of Saline leads it by 20, 72-52. Kingman bringing the ball up the floor. We'll have chances to talk to Bryson Flax between games. Get his thoughts about the tournament. It's been a while since we've talked to Coach Flax, since we've had a split crew between the college and the high school in this tournament, basically playing at the same times, but we'll visit with him. A blocking foul here on Levi Allen.
And that's a tough foul from Allen. Allen was there, just didn't have the feet set, and he ran into a grown man right there. Cole Watkins had his head buried going down the baseline. Levi Allen in a couple of years will learn to put those feet down. It's going to hurt just the same. Might as well get the basketball going the other way.
He might have learned this year, just now.
He very well could have. Or at our age, you'd learn just to get out of the way and just let that happen.
That's called NBA defense.
Yes,
just let him score.
Is.
Live another day. The front end of the 1-and-1 is up, and it's good for Cole Watkins. Kingman has also cleared the end of their bench to oblige the suggestion from Coach Flax to get the guys some extra playing time here.
Well, Devin, I'll tell you, this Kingman team, I mean, they've come out and given Southeast everything they can handle. I mean, you're going to look at the score, and it's going to be around a 20-point game. But they can play. I mean, this team's they force some issues. They get up and down the floor. They're going to make some shots. They're going to make you feel uncomfortable, make you play uncomfortable.
We talk about tempo.
Yes.
And I think when Kingman tried to run with Southeast of Saline is where they got into trouble. Also stopping Southeast of Saline's transition game, which is part of that tempo, Kingman was lost. But when they broke it down into a half-court game and ran their half-court offense, I thought the Eagles were very good.
No, you're exactly right. Now, obviously, they were really successful from the outside in that first quarter, which kind of made this game, maybe a little bit closer than one. But, yeah, you're exactly right. When they controlled the tempo a little bit more, we just see Isaacson just fighting for basketballs. And then we see a whistle.
The referee just stopped a break. Caden Isaacson basically fought the whole Kingman team to get that basketball. He pitches it out, and it looked like Southeast was going down for a layup with Levi Allen, and the officials stopped the play.
It seemed like a 5-second scrum on the floor where there were several players just all diving after it, and Caden Isaacson comes out with it, gets the ball away. I think maybe even the official might have blown a whistle and is now explaining to Coach Flax. Nobody really knows what happened. Nothing bad. It was just a lot of hard-nosed play. It was just an awkward situation, I guess, right there.
I love the whole scrum happened in front of the Southeast girls that are waiting to play. And they all jumped up after Caden won that battle and were cheering, and they were all into it. They appreciate the hustle as well. Here's Isaacson now backing down his defender. He passes it across the paint to Kirby Davis. Kirby can't get the basket to go down, but he gets his own rebound. He'll go back at it on the left side and score. Kirby Davis and Caden Isaacson hooking up there for a 2-point play. Davis becomes the 9th Southeast player to score in this game. Now a steal. Here's Nate Friesen. Can he become number 10? Nate going in, coasting for the layup, and he gets it to go. Nate Friesen for 2.
That's a great finish from Friesen. I mean, a lot of contact right there, absorbed it, finished the bucket. I love to watch the bench, you know, when these guys that don't get tons of minutes get buckets. I mean, they absolutely explode. They know the kind of work that these guys put in night out. To get rewarded is great.
Yeah, and for Nate, that's his first varsity points on the season so far. There's a shot put up by Kingman. That's no good. Caden Isaacson with another rebound. We're inside 20 seconds to go. Levi Allen has it. Comes across the half-court stripe. Bryson Flax holds his hand up, and he said, "Guy, let's just put it in your pocket and let's hold it." Southeast of Saline is going to get third place and come away from the Sterling tournament 2-1. 76-54 is our final score. Southeast of Saline wins it. They are now 8-3 on the season. Kingman drops to 4-9. And Southeast of Saline, third place as they are able to get the bronze trophy here at the Sterling Invitational Tournament. When we come back on Postgame, we'll have final numbers for you. We'll also have a Vernon Jewelers Gym of the Game and a brief conversation with Coach Bryson Flax as we'll transition our way to the Girls Championship game. All of that coming up next on the Postgame Report. It's brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers. You're on KINA.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire-related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North Ninth, Saline.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
The name is JJ Lawn Care, but don't let the name fool you. It's not just lawns they care about, it's their customers. JJ Lawn Care is a locally owned business that works with people in and around Salina on more than just lawns. Warm weather is winding down. Fertilizing and winterizing your lawn and removing those pesky leaves can be a real chore. Let JJ Lawn Care come to the rescue for your fescue. Give Jathan a call today at 820-7728. JJ Lawn Care, caring for more than just your lawn.
The Appliance Center. It's where you go to shop for washers, dryers, kitchen appliances, furniture, pellet grills, TVs, and so much more. If you are looking for a local, family-owned business, visit the Appliance Center. We're in the big red and white building on South Broadway in Salina. Come experience the Appliance Center difference.
To someone going through a difficult time, a text, a call, or a visit can mean so much. Reach out to the veterans in your life today. Let them know they're not alone. If you're a veteran in crisis or know one who is, visit veteranscrisisline.net for confidential support.
For nearly 40 years, Home Automotive Center has taken pride in taking care of the people of our community. And if you're interested in selling your car, we can help you with that too, with the Home Automotive Center buyback program. It's the easiest way to get the best price for your car. So when you're ready to sell, we're ready to buy. Simply bring your car to either dealership in Abilene or Salina, and we'll get you taken care of, because that's what we do best. Get your best price with the Home Automotive Center buyback program in Abilene and Salina. You'll be glad you did.
Time now for the Trojan Postgame Show on KINA. Stick around for the game recap, final stats, and reaction from the coach. This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Time now for the postgame report, brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers. 2 locations in Salina. When it gets cold and nasty out, you want to make sure your tires are in great shape. Also, Commercial Tire Centers have gasoline and diesel mechanics on site. They are able to service whatever you need on your vehicle and keep those miles piling up as you're going out to see the Southeast of Saline Trojans win basketball games like they did tonight for third place, 76-54 our final score. Southeast of Saline beats Kingman in the boys' third place contest. For Southeast of Saline, leading all scores tonight and a new career high for Nakari Moracle-Palmer. 21 points for Nakari tonight. He was one of 10 different Southeast of Saline players to score. Eli Sawyer, 16 points for him after not scoring in the first quarter. 13 points out of Luke Gebhardt. 12 points for Drew Richardson. That's a new career high for Drew as well. 4 points for Drake Augustine. And then 2 points all for Daniel Kerr, Kason Lilly, Levi Allen, Kirby Davis, and Nate Friesen. For Kingman, they were led in scoring. 11 points for Chase Webster, 10 points for A.J. Winninger, and 10 points for Cole Watkins. 7 points tonight for Carter Helms, 6 points for Nolan Friend, and also Tristan Davidson, and a 2-pointer for Ty Birkenbaugh and also Avery Albright. Free throw shooting for Southeast of Saline, they were 7 of 11 from the free throw line. Kingman perfect tonight. They were 7 of 7 in the fourth quarter, and then 12 of 12 in the game. Turnovers, obviously on the side of Southeast of Saline. The Trojans only had 9, Kingman with 15. And there was a big jump in that second quarter of action where Southeast of Saline went from being down by 1 at the end of the first quarter, then down by 3 early in the second quarter, to exploding 24-6. They outscored Kingman in that second quarter of action. They led 41-24 at halftime, 58-40 at the end of 3, and went on for a 76-54 victory over the Kingman Eagles. For Southeast of Saline, that is their third highest point total on the season. They scored 78 in December against Beloit. They scored 77 against Clay Center before the Sterling Tournament, and they put up 76 tonight against the Kingman Eagles. Southeast of Saline now 8-3 on the season. Tyler, I think when we talk about our Vernon Jewelers gem of the game tonight, honorable mention goes to Drew Richardson. He missed maybe 2 3-pointers. I know he missed 1, but he hit 4 of them for a new career high of 12 points. But Nakari Moracle-Palmer tonight was sensational on a new career high night. He did a lot of everything, including defend the rim. He also had 21 points and a new career high of scoring.
Yeah, I mean, I think the fact that Nakari got 15 shots up is what you want to see the most if you're Coach Flax. You know, we talk about it all the time that Nakari just doesn't shoot enough. I mean, there's not a bad shot that he takes. And, you know, some of these stats are going to be unofficial. I know the scoring's not. But, you know, we got him for 13 rebounds as well. Distributed the basketball, 4 assists. He did everything. And you talk about the rebounds, it's how he defended the rack as well. Did a great job defensively. Great game from Nakari.
76-54. Bryson Flax is going to join us here in postgame, brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers. 8-3 now on the season for Southeast of Saline. They come out of this tournament 2-1 with third-place medals. As Coach Flax getting ready to join us now, 10 different Southeast of Saline players in the scoring column tonight. Coach, you go to 8-3 overall. We talk about records and coming out of this tournament, such a tough tournament, and you talk about 2-1. You guys obviously wanted to win it this year, coming in as the number 1 seed, but you finished this game in fine fashion. Sometimes you worry about the third-place game, don't you? When you have the expectations of winning the tournament and coming through, the gym's a little weird. Everybody's expecting the championship game. You're the last game before the championship games. Sometimes you got to make your own energy, but I didn't think you guys had problems with energy tonight.
No, I thought we did a much better job, and I really – that was one of the things that was on our scouting report and our goal sheet, and it really challenged them. And because the last 2 nights we've been lacking in that department, and I thought we came out. I thought we defended hard, and once we got settled in, quarters 2 through 4 were really, really good for us, and yeah, we did a nice job.
You were able to outscore Kingman in the second quarter 24-6 after you were down by 3, and that really set the tone for the rest of the game. I thought tempo was big for you in this game when you were able to limit them to 1 shot. Seemed like all your outlet passes were half-court outlet passes. You were able to get out and run, turning their shots, not necessarily your defense. I know rebounding completes the defensive set, but it wasn't off of steals and tips. It was getting rebounds and pitching the ball up.
Yeah, we did a nice job. You know, and when you're able to have some success early, getting the ball up the floor, it kind of slows them down on the offensive glass, and that really helps us out because our ultimate goal is always, if we can't turn them over, we want them 1 shot and out. and they're a good offensive rebounding team. They got a lot of kids that have a lot of offensive rebounds. So I thought we did a really good job there. But yeah, in transition, we were pretty special tonight. You know, I think we had something like 22 assists on 34 made buckets or something like that, and that's what we strive for. Because you know, last night we talked about we had 5 assists last night at halftime, and finished the game with, I don't know, 6 or 7 more than that, you know, and it just wasn't good enough, and I thought it was tonight.
You were able to share the basketball a lot. Eli Sawyers didn't score in the first quarter, but he was dropping assists, and that led to Luke Gebhardt scoring 9 points in the quarter. And you saw that kind of action all game long, but you had 10 different guys in the scoring column tonight. Drew Richardson with a new career high. He drops 12 for you, all from behind the arc. I thought Nakari was really good tonight. He had at least a double-double in scoring and rebounds. He protected the rim a lot on their drives on offense, and he now has a new career high. The weird thing about Nakari, he scored 17 points on 4 different occasions. He finally gets beyond that tonight with 21. Talk about his game.
Yeah, his game was special tonight again, and you know, I called a timeout, and I really didn't anticipate on drawing up a play. He had 19 points, and he asked for the ball. Yeah. And so I said, man, I'm going to give it to you, but you got to score, you know. Yeah. And we went with a little ISO, and he was able to score. And yeah, he's really special. And Eli, you know, early on and throughout the game, Eli's passing led to really easy opportunities for us. And those guys were really good tonight. And to add about Drew, you know, I told him when I told him today that I was going to go back to the normal lineup and bring him off the bench again. And Drew's the nicest kid I have, you know, and he was completely okay with it. I told him, I said, I got all the confidence in the world, and he let that thing rip, man. Yeah. Just go let it rip, and he did, and it was good for him to see a couple go in.
He was sharp tonight. Congratulations on the win. It was a big one, 76-54. You guys go 2-1. Now you have a quick turnaround back into league play with Republic County at home on Tuesday.
Yeah, and they've been playing teams really tough.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of film on various people that are at this tournament, you know, so
right.
I haven't even had a chance to watch them, but I will this weekend, and we're going to play and put together, and we're looking forward to it.
Get your breath back. Have a good weekend.
Yeah.
Bryson Flax, head coach of the Southeast Trojans, his guys tonight with a big third-place victory, 76-54 over the Kingman Eagles. We're about 8 minutes away from starting lineup and the tip of the girls' championship game at Southeast of Saline, and Sterling will take another timeout. Come back with more from Sterling College here on KINA.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford. And a new location in McPherson, based on honesty and trust. Contact L&L Advisors today.
Southeast of Saline in it against the Sterling Lady Black Bears. Coach Shauna Smith joins us now, and Coach, a big 61-58 overtime victory for you yesterday against the Hugoton Eagles. Hugoton comes in the #1 ranked team in Class 3A. You come in the 10th ranked team in Class 3A. And this was a game that really the first 3 quarters, I think your team did everything that you really asked of them. You took care of the basketball. You were able to kind of get into your offense. You made some great hustle plays. Talk about how this game just developed from early on.
You know, I think they did everything we asked them to do, like you said there. You know, we all played a really good team defense, and offensively we were all a threat on the court. And so that always helps when you're trying to, you know, beat a really good team, because you can't just, you know, not have some certain kids not scoring. So that kind of got us off to a good start there.
Hugoton is a team that has had a lot of success, not only here in this tournament, but it seems like they have a frequent flyer pass to the state tournament in Class 3A. And they have won some titles. Early on, is there just kind of a little bit of a doubt in your players' minds of how this game is going to go and how you're able to stack up against this team? Because there was a point in the first quarter, the reason I asked that question, Hugoton went on an 8-1 run and put a 5-point lead on you. There might have been that moment in time where this game could have gone either way.
Well, yeah, you know, they kind of got to the basket early on us there, and we didn't really stop them. You know, but we kind of responded real well. We just went down and scored ourselves.
Yeah.
And we told them that, you know, we're not going to hold them, you know, scoreless, you know, Hamlin and Voss and all those girls. But our girls, we just got to control them, and we got to score also. And that's kind of the same thing as tonight. So it's one of the things I thought the girls did a really good job, and said we did when we got down, we kind of came back, and then we kind of said we own those. From then on, we kind of owned the game, and then fourth quarter, they came back, and I told them that this game was long from over.
Hugoton has 3 girls that may be D1 talent. They're all juniors right now, so we'll see what happens there. But one of them you mentioned, Gianna Voss, it seemed like early on she gave you problems. She has the ability to get into the paint and slide step and either go around a defender or split defenders. And you guys had trouble getting in front of her just because of that action. What did you do to adjust that? I know that you went to a zone there for a little while, but was that the key to it?
Yeah, and we just, like I said, we kind of went there, and they kind of stopped driving then, you know, and out there, and so that we took that away, and we just kind of had more help, more eyes on them then. So I think that just kind of helped them. We weren't guarding so far out too.
Your help side defense turned into a couple of charging fouls too collected, and that made them a little more apprehensive to drive, didn't it? Yeah,
because they were in foul trouble. They're not deep at all, so that kind of helped us. Because like I said, our kids that come off the bench, or we bring one right after another that can still do all the same things pretty much as the other kids are out there playing.
So let's get to the adventurous part here. You have a 13-point lead late in the third quarter. You take a 10-point lead, that 13-point lead into the fourth. You haven't had any trouble with turnovers all night. You have 6 turnovers up until this point through 3 quarters of play. Your first 6 possessions of the fourth quarter are turnovers. Add into that the ingredient of you were struggling from the free throw line after shooting 10 of 12 the night before. All of a sudden, this game tightens up.
Yeah.
You were also in foul trouble, too, weren't you?
Yeah, the game kind of got – and again, we kind of just had to relax and said, I kept telling them, play like you're winning, believe that we can win here. And so that's kind of one of the things. And then we did. We kind of got settled down. And I said, again, I knew that they weren't going to come in here and we weren't going to just go take the game away from them. They have some scores on our team. So, and then when the game got close, we finally made some free throws, I should say, and we buckled down. But the game I knew it was going to end. It was going to be an end close game.
You had Mallory Pearson, Carson Slazner foul out, and a couple of sophomores stepped up for you, and Brielle Potacik and also Maddie Harris. When you look at this game and the way that you won it in overtime and having to overcome that adversity, because Hugoton had all the momentum in the world from you, is it almost more gratifying that you won it in overtime? I know you hate that things broke down on you and you made the plays that you did, but when you look at the overall scheme of things mentally for your squad, is it a little more sweeter that you did hang on to that win and you were able to complete it?
Well, yeah, because like I said, we could have just kind of went, hung it up and been done, whatever. Because like I said, they kind of put it in halftime. But Maddie Harris made that score also late to to put it kind of in overtime also, you could say.
Yeah.
So some of the things that they had a momentum, but we did too, because they kind of came back that run, but we also scored at the end. But these girls aren't quitters. They're pretty good. They're pretty they're talented people, and they're disciplined, and they're hard workers, so I don't ever think that they're going to quit.
Yeah, Maddie was sensational for you, especially when Carson fouled out. She was able to just kind of grab the bull by the horn. She scored the basket that got in into overtime. Then she made a pass. I still don't know how she got that pass to Brielle Potacik, but then Brielle was able to get to the rim and able to score. And those 2 big plays right there really helped you preserve that victory. Now you turn the page and you go from the number 1 ranked team in Class 3A to the number 1 ranked team in Class 2A on their home floor in their tournament. This is a big spot for you tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think the girls, they're ready for it, though. We're ready to go play. It's you have that momentum going in. I'm kind of glad we don't have we would like the night's rest. We would like the night's practice, but you're kind of going here. I mean, but their legs aren't fresh either. Besides that, we're going 3 nights in a row. That's just kind of how it goes, though. So, I mean, we're ready to go and play, and, we don't have anything to lose tonight.
This is a spot southeast of Saline hasn't found themselves in the championship game of this tournament. It's a gym that, even though it is not their home floor, this championship game will be played at Sterling College. This gym gets loud, and it gets chaotic in here. A big experience for your girls. Just other than the X's and O's on the floor, the atmosphere alone will be great, won't it?
Yeah, like I said, there's probably going to be some people who are going to start showing up here for the game here. Hopefully it gets fuller in here. But, yeah, they'll kind of get what that experience is. And like I said, some of my freshmen kind of got to see what that big-time experience was last night, kind of playing against a team like that.
Sterling, a team a lot like Hugoton. They guard-oriented. They love to run. They love to get up and down the floor in transition. What's your keys tonight to this success in knocking off the Black Bears?
You got to score. We got to score. I told them we're going to have to get in the upper 50s to be able to play with them. We're not going to hold them. Obviously we got to contain them, but we're not going to be able to hold them down, whatever. But we got to score and limit their second chance points.
Good luck to you. Have some fun with it.
All right, thank you.
Southeast of Saline's girls. Later on, that's Shauna Smith, her squad in the championship game against the Sterling Lady Black Bears here in the Sterling tournament. Should be a fun one.
Hi, everyone. It's Winnell Garrettson from SalinaHomes.com. It's a new Trojan basketball season, and our coaches have devised a solid game plan. Just like basketball, to reach your goals in the real estate game, we need to have a dynamic game plan. I enjoy working with many of our Trojan supporters in all aspects of real estate. Upsizing, downsizing, investments, town or country. One call to me, and we will get your personalized game plan ready to win. Go Trojans!
Buy or sell, call Winnell at SalinaHomes.com.
Stardust Trophy in downtown Salina is your full-service headquarters for trophies and awards for club and sporting events. But did you know Stardust Trophies also makes employee name tags with your company logo? They engrave executive awards like desk clocks and pen desk sets. They imprint artwork and photos on t-shirts, coffee mugs, mouse pads, even personal calculators. Stardust Trophy carries clear sports ball holders on wood bases for treasured or autographed balls from footballs to golf balls. Go to full-service Stardust Trophy, 121 South Santa Fe, downtown Salina.
Generations of confidence, relationships for life. Since establishing business in 1887, the Bank of Tuscany has built its reputation on personal service and community promotion. Family owned and locally operated in the communities of Tuscany, Lincoln, Saline, and Lynchburg. The Bank of Tuscany strives to provide customers with a competitive array of loan and deposit products that aid in their financial success. Visit us today and see why so many people have helped the Bank of Tuscany become one of the strongest banks in Kansas. Bank of Tuscany, member FDIC.
We're growing your way. We're the Bank of Tuscany.
Salina Regional's Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is your home field advantage. Our physicians include sports medicine physician Dr. Matthew Pyle, along with orthopedic surgeons Drs. Travis Rump, Todd Riley, and Timothy Hawks, plus an A-team of certified athletic trainers and physical therapists. We're ready when you need us to help prevent injuries, enhance performance, or to heal through surgery and rehabilitation. For area athletes to weekend warriors, the home field advantage starts at Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
You're telling me your driver turns you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor's running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway.
In Salina.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Welcome back to Sterling College, southeast of Saline, and the Sterling Black Bears getting ready to do battle here in the championship game on the girls' side of the tournament. This is the 9th year of the girls' tournament, and when you go back and look at recent history, both of these teams, Southeast and Sterling, have been in this tournament all 9 years. Matter of fact, they were both kind of floating around out there in limbo without a tournament to go to. They played at Barton County Community College a couple of years. They played on the campus in southeast of Saline for a midseason tournament 1 year. And then all of a sudden, Sterling decided to add a girls' portion to their boys' tournament that has been around 50 years. And here we are in the championship game for the first time. Sterling playing southeast of Saline. Let's go over your starting lineups for the Sterling Black Bears. They are under the direction of veteran head coach Jill Rowland. She is a good one, and she will have her Black Bears ready to play here in this contest tonight. They are loaded. Lacey Farney is a 5'1 senior, along with McKenna Linden, a 5'5 senior. Benny Horse is the leading scorer. She's a 5'11 senior. Also in the starting lineup, one of the best players in Class 2A in the state of Kansas, Callie Breyer. She's a 5'8 senior. And Sadie Beagley is a 5'9 senior for head coach Jill Rowland. The Black Bears are number 1 in the state in Class 2A. They are a perfect 11-0 on the season. For southeast of Saline, they are 10th in Class 3A in the state of Kansas. They'll start Carson Slazner, the 5th leading scorer in southeast of Saline girls basketball history. Carson is a 5'7 senior, averaging 13 points a game. Elena Yanakopoulos is a 5'7 senior, averaging 3 points, 4 rebounds, and a couple of assists per contest. Completing the trio of seniors is Mallory Pearson at 5'6". Mallory scores 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists per game. The lone junior in the starting lineup is Avery Castleman, the sharpshooter, is a 5'7 junior, averaging 6 points, 3 rebounds a game. And rounding out the starting lineup, Maddie Harris, coming off of a huge performance yesterday against Hugoton. Maddie is 5'5", averages 9 points, 4 rebounds, and almost 3 assists per contest. Tyler Smith, the championship game is here. These two teams both come in. They are both looking for big things out of this tournament. Southeast of Saline looking to go back east with the gold. Sterling trying to win their own tournament for the first time since 2019.
Yeah, and as odd as it may sound, the one thing that Southeast wants to come out and do, and when you see such a great lineup that Sterling has, the Southeast wants to run. That's what we've seen success with, right? We see a turnover from Sterling. Breyer tries to throw it down low. Southeast wants to run. They want to make this fast. They want to see if their 9 players, if they can go 90 better than Sterling go, and they want to get this game into the bench and see what can happen. That's exactly what happened last night against obviously a great Hugoton team. They want to get into your bench, and they want to see if they can take advantage of that.
Sterling threw it away on their first possession. Avery Castleman for 3, top of the key, and Avery makes it rain inside Sterling College with her first basket of the night. Trojans up by 3. If you're going to have a quote-unquote warm-up game for Sterling, Hugoton's the best opponent, is it not?
You're exactly right, and what a confidence builder it was. As we see an inside pass, you see a great defense from Yana Kopolis, great rebound from Harris. But no, this is a team, we know that Coach Shauna Smith lacks zero confidence, but I think at times her players don't know how great they can be, and I think last night was massive for them.
Slazner left-hand side, took the pass from Castleman. Fancy dribbling from Carson. Now she'll give it back up. Avery now from the right-hand side tries another 3. That one hit the side of the backboard and came off at a weird angle. It'll be rebounded by Lacey Farney. Up the floor come the Sterling Black Bears. They go inside to Bigley. Left-hand shot won't go. Sterling has a turnover and 2 misses on their 3 possessions. Here comes Southeast now back up the floor, leading by 3. We are a minute and a half into this game. Live stream video on SalinaPost.com if you want to watch while you listen along. Audio and video both available on Salina Post. Here's Slazner, 3-pointer, top of the key. Count it. Slazner, Castleman, 6-0.
Well, and Devin, right now, the energy is great. I mean, this has all the feels of a postseason tournament when you get 2 top teams in the state, 2A and 3A involved. This is a great feel.
Here's a drive and a scooping left-hander up at the rim for the first basket of the game for Sterling. It's Callie Breyer. 6-2 as we approach 2 minutes in. Tell you what, the guys, they forgot everything. Post-game talk, shower, everything. They came out to cheer the girls on here for Southeast of Saline as the gym starts to fill up. The Sterling boys are also in the championship game, so this gym will get pretty rowdy by the time this one is over here on the girls' side. Maddie Harris with the basketball to the right-hand side to Castleman. Little give and go. Harris puts it up on the rim. That's no good, and it'll be rebounded on the weak side by McKenna Linden. Linden wants to run. Those seafoam shoes all the way to the bucket, and a blocking foul will be called on Eleni Anakopoulos down deep towards the baseline. Our first foul of the game.
Well, I'll tell you, and that was just a great move from Linden. I mean, just put the head down. Extremely great athlete. Beat everybody down the court. Anakopoulos, we talk about it every once in a while. She gets saddled with fouls that maybe she didn't commit. You can't commit cheap fouls like that if you're Elena. She was caught too deep, didn't have her feet set as the first free throw was missed. You need Elena defensively. You can't commit those fouls right there.
First free throw by McKenna Linden is up and no good. That was the first foul of the game on Eleni Anakopoulos. Second free throw here by McKenna Linden is good. That will give Sterling a chance to set up full court pressure if they so wish. The official coming over to the scorer's table to check with something, and then points to the Southeast bench to confirm whatever the question may have been. 5-3, our score. They're going to say, are they talking about Slazner's three-pointer? They only have 5 points on the board for Southeast.
Which is bizarre. You know, we do have, as we see a nice injury pass, Mallory Pierce misses, but we do have several lines on the floor tonight.
Now they correct it, yeah.
Yeah, we have the college three-point line, the men's three-point line, girls three-point line, and the high school three-point line. So a lot of lines there.
Inside, shot put up by Sterling. That's no good. Another go at it by Benny Horsch is good. Boy, you got to box out and hold Sterling to one attempt. Benny Horsch that time got 2 chances to score, and she made it. Pearson, though, back down the floor, scores. Mallory Pearson gets her first basket of the night. Sterling back the other way. Boy, this is a high-octane game. Here's Horsch now out in three-point land. Comes up empty. Rebound down low by Lacey Farney. She battles for the rebound, but loses it out of control on the baseline to Southeast of Saline. Brielle Potachik, Reagan gets into the game here for Southeast of Saline. Yannikopoulos and Avery Castleman will check out.
And this is something we see, and this is where Southeast starts to succeed. This is where we start to see their stretches happen. When all of a sudden you start subbing in a Reagan Getz into an offense, Brielle can kind of handle it. You're subbing people in. It's just fresh bodies that can all maintain exactly what's going on with the starters.
Kate Rowland into the game for Sterling to replace Lacey Farney. Here's Brielle Potachik, 15-footer is good. Boy, Brielle so silky smooth on that. She cut her drive off at the 15-foot mark on the right wing and was able to hit the jumper. 10-5. Southeast of Saline leads it. 4:19 left to go, first quarter. You hear the Southeast guys on the other side. They're leading the student body in the chance of defense for the Lady Trojans.
And we see the matchup. Mallory Pearson's got Breyer. That's 2 straight nights that she's defending 2 of the top players in the state. Oh, as we see a nice entry pass. Nice catch from Sadie Beagley and a great finish as she's fouled right there. And it looks like they're going to call the foul on call it Reagan Getz, but great catch, great finish right there from Bigley.
Reagan did the right thing. She was rotating on defense on the help after the seal happened with Bigley getting the ball. She was a tick too late, and also we talk about this all the time, Tyler. If you're going to foul, make sure the shot doesn't go up.
Yeah,
right?
You're exactly right, and the foul might not have been hard enough, but Bigley did a great job just finishing extremely strong.
Get battle for the rebound now. It's Gilpin and Getz along with a Sterling Black Bear. They're going to say it went off Southeast of Saline, and it will stay with Sterling underneath their own bucket. Bigley missed the free throw, but Sterling will keep the possession here. 10-7, Southeast of Saline leads it halfway through the quarter. Opening period here, the championship game, Sterling Invitational. Lob pass over the top again. Brielle Potachik this time comes in and disrupts it. Now we have a tie-up, and the arrow goes the other way to Southeast of Saline. Boy, everybody's swarming all over the floor. This is truly one of those sideline-to-sideline, baseline-to-baseline games.
Yeah, we said this last night, but there's just so much athleticism on the court right now. Everyone's flying after loose balls. Everyone's going 100 miles an hour, but in very, very much a controlled fashion. Like, this is a fun game.
Here's Potachik down low. Tried to take an extra big step and go to the reverse layup. She could not get there, and now it's going to be a run out the other way for Sterling. McKenna Linden has it to the corner. A three-point attempt put up by Rowland is no good, and the basketball out of bounds off the rebound fight will go with Southeast of Saline. 3:33 left to go opening period. 10-7, Lady Trojans. Southeast wearing their purple jerseys for the first time in this tournament. They came in as the number 2 seed. The number 1 seed, Sterling, wearing their black and whites. Three-pointer, Reagan Getz, top of the circle. You can go ahead and count that one. That's the third 3 of the first quarter for Southeast.
And Devin, you said this last night, it's the amount of threes you're hitting from the top of the key, that offensive flow, the way the screeners popping up, you're getting them wide open. It's a shot we shoot the most. It's a one from 20 feet, dead on, and right now Southeast continues to stay hot from 20 feet away.
Inside Begley, they're going to force feed her. She runs into Brielle Potachik, and Brielle, a victim there on that play. They're going to say a foul on Potachik, and 2 free throws coming up for Sadie Beagley for the Sterling Black Bears.
Yeah, and it looked like Brielle had really good positioning, but
Sure
Sadie
did.
Beagley did a great job. If Brielle doesn't go for the basketball there and just stay straight up, perhaps the foul goes the other way, but Beagley did a good job ripping the ball through and getting 2 free throws for it as she misses the first one.
Missed the first one. She's now 0 of 2 from the free throw line. As for the first time in this game, we'll see Lily Gray. She is a 6'4", 6'5", depending on where you look, freshman for the Sterling Black Bears. She will be a big, no pun intended, big obstacle for a Southeast team that doesn't have much height inside. Second free throw by Begley is good. 13-8 is our score. Here's Castleman driving to the baseline. She'll kick it out now to Harris. Open in the corner, Potachik. Three-pointer, got it to go. Brielle has 5. Boy, how good is this sophomore playing in this tournament?
Extremely well. We saw her just come out of her shell a lot last night. She hit that in front of the Sterling student section, which is a great student section. There was some jawing going on right there. Brielle is not fazed by a big-time 3 from the sophomore.
2:25 left to go, opening quarter, 16-8, Southeast of Saline. Here's a drive and a kick out. Begley puts it in the corner with Rowland. Now back to her, left-handed layup. Caught it in one motion, swept and scored. 4 points for Sadie Beagley. Now a turnover. Southeast of Saline lost in the backcourt. They give it to the rim to Beagley. She scores again. Little 4-0 run here by Southeast of Saline because of the for Sterling because of the Southeast turnover. 16-12. That'll tighten things up. Getz has it. Top of the key. Pass over the top of the defense to Harris. Maddie has been quiet, hasn't had the ball much in this game. To the left-hand side now, Reagan Getz hits another three. Reagan Getz 2 for 2 from the three-point arc.
And this is something Coach Shauna Smith talked about. If you're going to play them in a zone and they're going to hit shots, you're going to be in trouble. I don't know what's going to happen if Sterling comes out in a man, what you're going to do with Lily Gray, because they're going to take whoever Lily Gray's defending, they're going to take her on the perimeter. The outside shot's going to open up this game for Southeast.
Try to lob inside to Begley. She floats to the basket, shoots it up, cannot score. This time it's an air ball floating over the rim, and Avery Castleman cleans it up. Here comes Avery on the run. Over to Reagan Getz. Thought a heat check was coming. She passes it up. Over to Castleman. Another three. Got it to go. Southeast of Saline is scorching hot as Avery Castleman gets another one. And Southeast of Saline right now is shooting Sterling out of this gym. 22-12 and a timeout coming. Sterling wants a full to talk about it. 1:08 left to go. Opening quarter. Southeast by 10 on KINA.
Kansas Wesleyan University offers great nursing education options with a BS major in nursing and an RN to BSN program. KWU recently opened a brand new $5 million nursing education center that features state-of-the-art simulation rooms and next-generation classroom equipment designed to take the educational experience to the next level. Wonderful scholarships and opportunities to gain experience are available. Want to know more? Check out kwu.edu/nursing today. That's kwu.edu/nursing.
Don't get caught on empty. Fill up on all your basic needs at Asaria Oil and Hardware. We want to be sure all our Trojans are fueled up for the big game. Whether you're on the field or in the stands, start with a full tank of gas for your car or your belly. Get your favorite pizza and snacks to have enough stamina to get that Trojan win. Asaria Oil and Hardware, located in Asaria at the corner of Center and Main. We'll fill you up.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Boy, what a great start for Southeast of Saline. They are just ripping the nets from three-point land in this game. They have 6 3-pointers here in the first quarter, and now a turnover by the Black Bears. They come out of the full timeout, and they turn it over. Not a coach's dream there after you waste the timeout and give it right back to the team that is really hot.
Well, and Devin, we talked about so much last night just how the offensive flow was going for the Trojans, but the zone they were in defensively, we just saw the amount of help, the way they were able to fluster so many great players, and you're seeing that carry over tonight as well.
Castleman inside, open for three, but she penetrates into the lane. Kicks it back out to Maddie Harris. We have not seen Carson Slazner at all hardly in this first quarter. She is on the bench. She started the game, but we haven't seen the senior for at least 6 minutes of play. Here's Yannikopoulos driving. Looks like she got smacked in the head, and no foul called there by the official on the baseline. Here comes Sterling back the other way. Just as I said that, Slazner's up off the bench. Here comes a drive inside. Breyer with it. Left-handed scoop and score. Callie Breyer gets her second basket of the game. 22-14. Southeast lost the basketball. Sterling has it, but they're not going to have time to end the first quarter here. A good opening quarter for Southeast. If you want a good start here, you got to have it. And they do that against the Sterling Black Bears in the opening quarter. 22-14 is our score. It's an 8-point lead for Southeast of Saline as we go to the second quarter here in the championship game. It's brought to you by Salina Medical Aesthetics on KINA.
Frisbee Construction is a service organization for the commercial grain industry dedicated to giving you the best in planning, the best in quality, and the best of workmanship, and overall the best value for your dollar since 1949. Frisbee Construction specializes in new construction as well as remodel and repair of grain handling facilities throughout the Midwest. Frisbee Construction Company in Gypsum has emergency crews available as needed. For more information, go to frisbeeinc.com.
Maybe you don't play quarterback or make the highlight reel. Maybe you're not a high school athlete anymore. But just like an athlete, you can get first-class orthopedic care from Salina Ortho. Their doctors and staff strive to get you back to an injury-free, pain-free life as quickly as possible. Salina Ortho has a doctor on call 24/7 for all orthopedic injuries. So next time you're injured, trust the experts at Salina Ortho. Your voice, your choice, past, present, and future. See them online at salinaortho.com.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Southeast of Saline playing defense to open the quarter, 22-14. The Lady Trojans lead it as they are defending the basket now against the Black Bears of Sterling. Good start in that opening quarter, Tyler, scoring the basketball. 22 points, you can never complain about that. But now Southeast just has to maintain this momentum. Here's a shot put up by Sterling. Benny Horsch in the middle of the lane, and the fight for the rebound goes out of bounds. It'll be awarded to the Trojans.
Well, and Devin, you mentioned it before the first quarter ended. We saw a lot of that flurry without Carson Slazer. We also saw a lot of it without Mallory Pearson. I mean, there was a lot of moving parts going right there. As we see Carson come down and attempt the uncontested three as she misses it. But again, it's the depth that you want to see from Southeast Saline right now.
Carson that time, it might have been a quick shot, or appeared to be, but they had the big freshman come out on her, Lily Gray, and Carson had some space. I like the shot attempt. Here's a
nice
drive now and a really crafty left-handed finish by Lacey Farney for two. That's a little 4-0 run now for the Black Bears from Sterling. 22-16, just underway, second quarter action. Mallory Pearson has it. She'll swing it around to Castleman, now to Maddie Harris. Harris in that far corner in front of the Sterling student body. To Yannikopoulos for three. That one hits the front of the rim and falls out. Here comes Sterling now in transition. A stop and a pop. Shot is no good by McKenna Linden, but the backside rebound is up and good by Benny Horsch. If you're Southeast here, are you careful about falling in love with this three? It's been so good to you early on.
Yeah, I think, obviously it has been so good. You have to understand you're not going to shoot that well from the perimeter all night, but it opens up so much more. What a great job from Maddie Harris right there. Drives baseline. You have the 6'4" Lily Gray coming down. And we see Harris do this a lot. Drew the contact with the body first, tries to throw up the shot, goes to the free throw line for two.
Fearless Maddie Harris. She went right into the body of 6'4" Lily Gray that time. Got Gray the foul, and now Maddie will go to the free throw line. Her first free throw is up and no good.
And we can talk about it all night. There's no way that Southeast Saline wins this basketball game if they shoot from the free throw line like they did last night. You've got to connect on these free opportunities.
Second free throw on the way
There you
for
go.
Harris is up and good. First point of the second quarter for Southeast of Saline. 23-18 the count. 6:29 left to go here before halftime. Looking inside, active hands everywhere for Southeast, and they're going to say Sterling Bagley got the possession, but then she stepped on the baseline. Talking about the free throw shooting from last night, Southeast of Saline was really, really bad. 4 of 11. But in the fourth quarter, they went overtime, they went 6 of 8. And that helped them down the stretch. But you're right, through regulation in the fourth quarters, they were really bad. Here's Harris now. She goes baseline, comes back around. Might have had her shot blocked. And here come the Black Bears away with it. Lady Bears up the left-hand side. Here's Farney testing baseline. Has Castleman a little bit of space, but now she gives it up. And a attempt at the basket again is bad by Sterling. Bagley has it, and bodies everywhere. And finally a foul call.
And again, you're just seeing 10 players out there on the court just flying after the basketball. I mean, you're seeing bodies flying around, and I'm not saying there's fouls being called. There's fouls being committed. There are just 10 athletes out there fighting for the basketball. Again, we said this last night. This is another heavyweight fight. This is a lot of fun. Yes.
Second foul on Eleni Yannikopoulos. The inbounds play goes to Benny Horsch, and she traveled with the ball, trying to make a move from the outside in. Slazer and also Benny Horsch got tangled up on that last exchange on rebounds. They both hit the deck pretty hard.
Yeah, they did. And I'll tell you what, there's so many just quick athletes on the floor right now. There's so many perimeter athletes. It's making it tough on the officials. We're starting to see the ball caught, and you really got to establish that pivot foot before you move. We're seeing that call less and less in the game these days. But tonight it looks like they're going to call this. You really got to go back to fundamental basketball.
Here's Maddie Harris pulling up from 16. She found a little crease, and she was able to drop the J. 25-18 now the score. 5:29 left to go, second quarter. If you're just tuning in, Southeast of Saline won the boys game in dominant fashion. Bryson Flax and the guys get out of here with a 2-1 record in the Bronze Trophy. Here's a turnover by the Sterling Bears. Back up the other way comes Mallory Pearson to Slazner. Slazner pitches out. Harris for 3. Can't get it to go too strong, but the rebound out to the lap of Avery Castleman. Now to Slazner for 3. That's too strong. All of a sudden now Southeast has gone cold from the outside. Here comes Sterling again down the floor, but they throw it away. And it really appears, Tyler, that the Southeast defense, either in the half court or in transition, has Sterling a little too sped up.
Yeah, it really doesn't. And again, it's that depth. I mean, if you look at the Sterling bench right now, they're only going 7 deep, and they're 7 great players. But if you go 7 deep versus 9 deep, eventually those numbers and the fresh legs, that's what keeps the Trojans in basketball games like this. This is why they can defend the way they defend, speed you up. You're bringing players in. There's no drop-off from the offensive or defensive side of the basketball.
Brielle Potacek tried the three on a set play. She couldn't get it to go. Reagan gets with the rebound. Back out to Potacek, now to Harris. Harris kicks that right leg. Now she comes back to the right-hand side to Brielle Potacek. 4.5 left to go. 15-footer from the free throw line by Brielle is no good. And the rebound taken in by Sterling. Back the other way. Here comes Callie Breyer. You need to have a special attention to her. Pearson nearly took the ball from her. Now it's to Rowland. Sterling lost it nearly out of bounds again, but they do keep it in the court of play. Back out to Rowland. Boy, look at the Southeast team work on defense. Open three, backside, no good. Long rebound comes out to the shooter. It's McKenna Linden. She gets back in the paint and scores. That's Linden's first field goal of the game.
Yeah, and that's a great job from Linden, following her shot and strong finish as we see Getz come down and pull up for the 15-footer. And now we see Sterling break out.
Benny Horsch on a run out. Nobody back for Southeast of Saline. She misses the layup. Carson Slazner has it now in the backcourt.
But, Devin, don't discount the fatigue right now. I mean, Sterling is not as fast. They're not as quick as we saw them early on. And that's just, again, that's the pressure that Southeast continues to put on them. You talk about depth. It's not just the scores. It's what you do defensively. It's the pace that this Trojan team plays with.
You look at the faces and the body language of some of these players on the floor right now. They are gassed.
Yeah, there's not a lot of them that are about it right now. I mean, there's a lot of tired people. Great move from Reagan Getz. It looks like right there Sadie Bigley's going to get called for a first. Again, attack. You see him tired, attack a little bit more.
That was a nice little bounce pass by Carson Slazner into Reagan Getz. Getz will go to the free throw line to try to extend this Southeast of Saline 5-point lead. We even see girls coming over to the Sterling bench getting water during free throws. They're gassed. Getz free throw is up and good.
And, Devin, I think it's something you just take for granted. We've seen so many of these girls come up from Southeast Saline. We've seen so many of them just kind of work their way into the varsity roster. We forget, when you look at a stat sheet, they fill it with minutes, and they fill it in every statistical category. You look what they did last night. Look what they did against Kingman. When you come in, you're doing something. You're not just coming in for show. And that's difficult to contend with when it's just wave after wave after wave.
2 free throws on the money for Reagan Getz. Southeast of Saline now 3 of 4. They've made 3 in a row after missing their first. 27-20 is the score. They try to go inside to Begley. It goes off Southeast and then off Begley's right hand and out of bounds. Southeast will get it back after the 6th Sterling turnover.
And that's a name right there we haven't mentioned yet, Chase Gilpin. Really good job defensively, comes in, and she's crafty. We talk about this every single night. She knows where the basketball's supposed to be. She knows where it's going to be. Defensively, great positioning, caused the turnover right there, Southeast Saline basketball.
It's a 1-2-2 extended zone defense here for Sterling. Brielle Potacek unleashes a 3. That's off the mark, no good. Chase Gilpin had the rebound, but then Begley looked like maybe fouled her from behind. Now we're going to have a foul in transition against Maddie Harris.
Yeah, definitely looked like they could have called Chase for a foul with a push in the back there, and then perhaps somebody came and got her with a push in the back. And then it looks like Maddie Harris gets called for the token foul just because there were bodies on the floor.
It's the 5th team foul against Southeast of Saline. Sterling has 2 team fouls so far. 2:42 left to go, second quarter. Rowland with the ball. She goes to Bigley, left-hand side. That's probably the best place you can have.
Yes.
Sadie Bigley right now. Now she's going to try to drive, get in the paint, and she lost the ball. Taken away by Reagan Getz. Boy, I love Southeast of Saline keeping Sadie Bigley out in the perimeter. Here's a pitch out now. Getz out to Castleman. Avery back middle of the floor. Low pass from Maddie Harris. 2:17 left to play. Working our way towards the intermission, and a foul called against Sterling. It's their 3rd team foul, and the first personal against Lacey Farney. She reached in on Chase Gilpin.
What I like to see on the other side, you see Reagan Getz get a rebound, and right there she's got a guard. She's got there's tough defense being applied to her the entire time up, and Reagan is your token post player right now, along with Chase, with Gilpin, but Reagan can bring the ball up very controlled and get into the offense. It's the ball handling.
Yeah,
so
Slazner trouble getting it in. Gilpin came out to help her. Now the three-pointer. Carson shot the 3 on a quick trigger. It bounces up, hits a strap that holds the basket in place, and then went in. Of course, it's not going to count. It's back to Sterling on their possession. Style points. You should get some of those, right?
You should. You highlight that on your huddle video. No one needs to see the strap.
Sterling back with the basketball. Southeast of Saline has led this first half the entire way. There's a skip pass over everybody. Linden will shoot the 3. Left-hand side. It bounces and goes in. McKenna Linden with 5 in the quarter has 6 for the first half. 27-23. Southeast of Saline leads it by 2 possessions. Slazner gets to the baseline, now pitches it out. Potacik fakes the 3, gets into the lane. Runner is good. Brielle Potacik rising to the occasion in some tough spots here in this tournament for Southeast. She has 7.
When it's the confidence, Devin, she just continues to attack and attack. And that's something we haven't seen from Brielle all year. She's not playing like the sophomore that she entered this tournament in, 2 days ago.
Here's a 3-pointer from Linden. She wanted another from the left-hand side, and it's no good, too strong. Southeast has the basketball back. They want to run. Here's Potacik again off the transition. That one no good, and it goes to Linden in her lap. Here comes McKenna Linden up the middle of the floor. She's going to go all the way through everybody. Wow. Left-hand finish is silky smooth from McKenna Linden. 7 points in the quarter, and she is taking this game over.
She is, and there was a lot of contact there. Southeast very fortunate not to get called for a foul right there. And we're seeing a couple of quick shots from Brielle, but I'll tell you right now, with the flow that she's in, I'm okay with those. Anytime that you're not forcing a shot, it's okay if it's quick. It's okay to shoot that up. And now we're seeing with 40 seconds left in the half, looks like the Trojans are going to play for 1, which is interesting because last night we talked about this in a similar situation with the game clock running down in a tie game. Southeast forced a quick shot, and it kind of got sticky late, so it's interesting to see how they play this.
Lacey Farney just had her hand on the face and the forehead of Reagan Getz twice. Reagan brushed her arm away once, and she slapped her again, and the official just sits there and looks at it. That is unbelievable.
With the pace of this game, it is kind of incredible. There's only been 8 fouls called, and again, it's nothing against the official. It's fast pace. It's very well played. Skip past to Castleman for 3 from the corner.
Got it.
It's like clockwork. She did the same thing last night.
Avery Castleman finishes with 9, and slap in the face or not, Southeast of Saline leads by 7 as they go to the break at halftime. A lull in that second quarter. It looked like both teams were trying to get their wind about them, but Southeast of Saline and that big 3-pointer, you talk about putting the momentum back in the jar, Tyler. What a huge shot there by Avery Castleman before the break.
Yeah, and we've seen that so many times. So we've seen that play in that setup. The ball goes to the wing. All of a sudden it comes back out. The ball where the ball goes down for a screen that pops out. And so many times, especially even this season, we've seen over the course of the last 4 or 5 years that the ball goes back to the baseline for an open 3. You get that on tape enough, and obviously they take that away. The last 2 nights, the ball's been skipped to the opposite corner. It's been Avery Castleman who's caught it, and she's buried a 3 as the clock's expired. And you're exactly right, Devin. You can take a big chunk of what happened in the last couple of minutes, and it was Sterling. But then all of a sudden, you just put a Band-Aid over it right there with an Avery Castleman 3 at the buzzer. That's a way better feeling going up 32-25 than it would be 28-25 after that run that Sterling made.
32-25, our score at the break. When we come back, we'll have numbers from the first half. Also look back at the third-place game that was won tonight by Southeast of Saline and get you ready for third-quarter action. It should be a good second half. Girls Championship game, Southeast of Saline leads Sterling 32-25 as you listen to it right here on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top-quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
Exit 14 Restaurant in Gypsum, Kansas is cooking up something amazing today. Whether you want to order from our menu or try one of our delicious daily specials, try one of their scrumptious desserts. Exit 14 is open for lunch Tuesday through Saturday 11 to 2 and 5 to 9 Thursday through Saturday. Head out to try Prime Rib Night last Saturday of the month and open for Chicken Dinner Day on the first Sunday of the month. Exit 14, 512 Maple in Gypsum, Kansas. Great people, great food, good time.
At home or on the road, K4 Garage will keep you moving. With over 12 years of mechanic experience, owner Nick Trout will diagnose and repair your engine to keep you in the game. Full-service gas, diesel, or tires. K4 Garage also has a fully stocked convenience store with snacks and drinks. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 6, Saturday from 9 until 3. Trust K4 Garage with keeping you on the road. And if it has oil, they can change it at K4 Garage in Gypsum.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Suburban Appliance Center is your official dealer for Traeger grills. Check out this 6-in-1 versatile unit that grills, bakes, smokes, roasts, braces, and barbecues. Suburban is your exclusive dealer for the Traeger Timberline series, and they have your Traeger spices too. Suburban Appliance Center, they are locally owned and they offer appliance brands like Amana, KitchenAid, Whirlpool, and of course Maytag. Suburban also offers exceptional service. Suburban Appliance Center, 1900 South 9th.
Hi, everyone. It's Winnell Garrettson from SalinaHomes.com. It's a new Trojan basketball season, and our coaches have devised a solid game plan. Just like basketball, to reach your goals in the real estate game, we need to have a dynamic game plan. I enjoy working with many of our Trojan supporters in all aspects of real estate. Upsizing, downsizing, investments, town or country. One call to me, and we will get your personalized game plan ready to win. Go Trojans!
Buy or sell, call Winnell at SalinaHomes.com.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half recap. Shot at the horn! Stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Now, let's get back to the gym for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
Halftime brought to you by Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories here on KINA. And a good start for Southeast of Saline. They once led this game 22-12. Sterling scored the last basket of the first quarter, made it 22-14. Then we were basically kind of even there in the second quarter. It was 10-11. Sterling had the 1-point advantage and a 32-25 score here at the break. Southeast of Saline still leading. Scores for Southeast of Saline. How about Avery Castleman on 3 3-pointers? She has 9 points. 8 points for Reagan Getz. 7 points for Brielle Potachik, 3 points for Carson Slazner, 3 points for Maddie Harris, and 2 points for Mallory Pearson. For the Sterling Black Bears, they are being led by McKenna Linden, who had 7 points all in the second quarter. She finishes the half with a total of 8. 6 points for Sadie Beagley, no points for her in the second quarter. 4 points for Benny Horsch, 4 points for Callie Breyer, and 2 points for Lacey Farney. Southeast of Saline, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, while Sterling is 1 for 5. Turnovers right now are big. Sterling with 9 first-half turnovers. Southeast of Saline with 2, 0 turnovers in the second quarter. 32-25 is our halftime score. When we come back after this 3-minute timeout, we'll get you ready for third quarter action. It is Southeast of Saline leading 32-25 over Sterling here in the championship game on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
Gabe with Sage Products in Salina, offering industrial strength products that get the job done right. We are featuring hospital grade disinfectant sprays, wipes, and hand sanitizers to keep you safe this time of year. We carry toilet paper with a large assortment of hand towels. Check out our private line of colorful products like Mom's Streak-Free Glass Cleaner or our friendly Amazing Green Bowl Cleaner. Go online to sageselects.com, visit our 9th Street location in Salina, or call 309-1919.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and their second location in the Central Mall in Salina, and a new location in McPherson, based on honesty and trust. Contact L&L Advisors today.
Salina Septic Services provides septic services including septic tank installation, inspection, and repair. In addition to professional septic tank services, we also provide portable restroom rentals. We have many options available, including his and hers portable restrooms and hand washing sinks. Setup, service, and removal are all part of our rentals. Whether you project a long-term construction job or a family gathering, we guarantee a clean porta potty. Find us today at salinasepticservice.com, proudly supporting the southeast of Saline Trojans. Frisbee Construction is a service organization for the commercial grain industry dedicated to giving you the best in planning, the best in quality, and the best of workmanship, and overall the best value for your dollar since 1949. Frisbee Construction specializes in new construction as well as remodel and repair of grain handling facilities throughout the Midwest. Frisbee Construction Company in Gypsum has emergency crews available as needed. For more information, go to frisbeeinc.com.
You're telling me your driver turns you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor's running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway.
In Salina.
Work hard, play hard. Good luck, Trojans, from Roselawn Memorial Park in Salina. To learn more, visit roselawsalina.com.
Back here at Sterling College, Devin Haney along with Tyler Smith. Big Sam Purdy is producing and engineering back at the KINA studios. It's Eagle Radio Salina. Brian did it here on live stream video. If you want to check it out on the visual, he has that along with the radio broadcast on SalinaPost.com, brought to you by Salina Medical Aesthetics. Tyler, here we are, almost ready for the third quarter, and a big salute to the Southeast of Saline boys tonight. They were able to kind of run away with the third-place game against the Kingman Eagles, 76-54. Nakari Morical-Palmer had a new career high of 21 points. Eli Sawyers had 16. So a good showing here by the Southeast of Saline basketball teams at the always very tough Sterling Invitational Tournament.
Yeah, and a great job from them. Like you said, there was no time for much of a post-game talk or shower. They're out here, and they are definitely heading a pretty solid student section, which is it's crucial. It's crucial when you're at an opposing team's home site, hometown, not necessarily their home site, but their hometown, to kind of battle and give some support for the Southeast Saline Lady Trojans.
Southeast of Saline has led the whole first half. They lead it as we get ready to start third quarter action, 32-25. Really nobody in jeopardy of foul trouble. Lainey Anacopoulos got what has really kind of become her traditional 2 first-half fouls. Nobody has 3, 4, or 5 so far in this game on either squad. And Southeast of Saline, you had to regroup there, didn't you? I mean, both teams were really fatigued at the end of that half.
You did, and I'll tell you what, if you just comb through the stats, and one of the most telling stats, which might not jump out to you, is Mallory Pearson has 0 fouls. And that is huge because we know just how big she is defensively. She can guard 1 through 5. We've seen her on Breyer a lot tonight. But if she has 0 fouls and she can continue to be who she is, great baseline move and finish from Schlesner, that opens up everybody else. That means the other 4 defenders can kind of do whatever they need to, and you let Pearson just attack on the state's best player.
Schlesner had 2 girls running at her. She took the baseline, went ahead and put it in reverse underneath the rim and kissed it off the glass on the opposite side. Meanwhile, down on the offensive end, McKenna Linden gets into the lane. She is really a thorn in the side of Southeast of Saline in that second quarter. She is fouled here, and Carson Schlesner picks up her first. Linden will go to the free throw line and try to get 2. She's 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Both of those were in the first quarter. This one rattled in. Linden has 9.
Yeah, we see Linden listed at 5'5", but she's a big 5'5". Like she just plays extremely aggressive. She knows how to get to the rack. She knows how to finish. Really strong player.
So they answer with 2 points of their own to the Sterling Lady Bears. 34-27 our score. Ooh. Castleman has it on the right-hand side. Now to Maddie Harris. Harris out closer almost to the scorer's table. Now pass out to Castleman. Castleman battling here with Linden. Linden takes a dive. It opens up and has Eleni Anacopoulos, who Carson Schlesner finds on a nice assist. That's Elena's first basket of the game.
And what you're seeing is whenever there's a loose ball, there's a ball that might be tipped, you're not seeing the Trojans panic. They're gathering the basketball, getting everything ready before they go back in.
Benny Horsch down low, missed the easy bunny on the left-hand side, and Southeast of Saline pulls down the rebound. This switching defense from the Lady Trojans really giving Sterling some problems.
Yeah, it really is. And again, you're seeing the fatigue factor. You're seeing heads down. You're not seeing people sprint as Yiannopoulos misses a 5-footer from the baseline. Tough shot to miss.
Elena set her defender down with a mean crossover, and now she takes a rebound away from Farney. Here comes Carson Slazner with it.
And we see Farney attack the basket really hard. And at 5'1", she's ferocious. I mean, she attacks, she goes hard. A lot of contact, no foul called. Basketball to Southeast Saline.
Slazner has it on the right wing, little head and shoulder fake. Now she'll go back top of the circle to Castleman. Over to Elena Yiannopoulos. Boy, I thought Elena was fouled there by Linden. Here's Castleman now on a corner three, and it's blocked out of bounds. It will stay with Southeast.
As soon as the ball left her hands, Carson's hands went up. It looked like Avery didn't know how a foul wasn't called either, with a lot of contact there.
Pearson with it off the inbounds. Now to Yiannopoulos. Now back over to Maddie Harris on the right-hand side. Still playing in the middle of the floor. Now they bring it back to the left in front of the Southeast bench. Slazner with a high pass to Pearson. Now to the right-hand side. Free throw line extended. Maddie Harris. Boy, Southeast really making the Sterling group play defense here. They are careful with the basketball, and they are making the Black Bears work on the defensive end. Skip pass over the zone. Here's a three-pointer left-hand side. Castleman can't get it to go. That was an air ball, and it goes out of bounds. Good patience, though, and a good look on an open shot on the left wing.
Yeah, it really wasn't. But I think it looked like Coach Shauna Smith looks at Avery and kind of tells her, take that ball baseline. I mean, there's nobody at you. But, again, that's not a shot you mind. It worked. You had a double screen. It was a wide-open three. You'll take a wide-open three from Avery any night.
Here's Linden trying to drive. She gets in between two defenders, runs into one of them. No call, and they go on as Carson Slazner kicks the ball. That'll bring us a dead ball and a stoppage in play. So Reagan Getz and Brielle Potacik can come into the game. Avery Castleman will check out, as will Elena Yiannopoulos. 36-27. So far, Southeast winning this third quarter, 4-2. 5:22 left to go here in the third period. Farney has it up top. Now fires it back left to Breyer. Breyer inside to Horsch. Her shot is up and good. Benny Horsch scores her third bucket of the game. She has 6. Back up the floor, Potacik on the left-hand side. Back to the middle now, Carson Slazner. Looks like Sterling matching more up into a man-to-man here early on as we work our way through the third quarter. They played a lot of 1-2-2 zone in that first half. Potacik with it, working the ball around the perimeter. Slazner's going to take a long three. That's no good. Rebound bounces on the court, and then Horsch picks it up. She's going to throw a pass out to Farney. It kind of hung out in the middle of nowhere. Linden had it, trying to go to the paint. Reagan Getz slaps it out of bounds and has her team catch up to play defense.
And you're hearing Coach Smith just scream rebound. It looked like that three from Carson was fine. I mean, it's an uncontested, it's an open 20-footer, but nobody attacked the boards. You already have Carson shooting from the top of the key. You know she'll release. You need 4 rebounders going after the offensive board.
They go into Begley. She's buried in deep against Maddie Harris. Harris, a good job defending. And Brielle Potacik gets the rebound. Now over to Carson Slazner. Boy, Sterling getting really handsy on defense, and Southeast dealing with it with the 2 point guards in the backcourt. They also have Maddie Harris to help out, who now has the ball. Harris with it, top of the key. Over now to Brielle Potacik as they're splitting this defense up high. Here's Getz with a 3. Got it to go. Reagan Getz has 3 3-pointers and 11 points. Back to a double-digit lead for Southeast. Linden in the paint and a foul called.
Yeah, and I think that foul's going to be on Potacik. And, again, we talk about Linden. She's so good at getting to the bucket. Again, they're going to call it on Brielle. And, again, you don't know this when you get beat, but it looked like Reagan had really good help from that backside. Potacik just gets called at the foul. Second on the night.
Jill Rowland looking at her squad, and they look gassed right here. I mean, more than Southeast does, and she's going to take a 30-second timeout. We'll step away as well. Halfway through the third, Southeast by 10 on KINA.
Maybe you don't play quarterback or make the highlight reel. Maybe you're not a high school athlete anymore. But just like an athlete, you can get first-class orthopedic care from Salina Ortho. Their doctors and staff strive to get you back to an injury-free, pain-free life as quickly as possible. Salina Ortho has a doctor on call 24/7 for all orthopedic injuries. So next time you're injured, trust the experts at Salina Ortho. Your voice, your choice, past, present, and future. See them online at salinaortho.com.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Basketball on KINA.
Back here at Sterling College, McKenna Linden at the free throw line. She has 2 free throws coming up already in this quarter. She's 2 of 2. Now make it 3 of 3. She has 11 points. Leading scorer for the Sterling Lady Bears so far in this game. Second free throw on the way. That one's also good for McKenna Linden. 39-31, 4 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Long pass from Slazner to Getz. Another three-pointer on the way. That one hits the front of the rim, no good. Fight for the basketball. Begley down on one knee. She's going to turn around and calmly hand it to Callie Breyer. Here comes Breyer up the floor. That pass is broken up by Reagan Getz, taken away by Slazner. Now Slazner's fouled in the backcourt. McKenna Linden on the foul.
You love to see it. Reagan Getz, transition, misses a 3 on the baseline, doesn't hang her head, sprints back, bats a ball, creates that turnover, creates the foul right there. How many times do you see, it's very rare you see a player miss a three-pointer and then sprint 90 feet to create a turnover the other way. Great play from Getz.
Became the...
I'm seeing held jerseys. This is great.
Yeah.
It's 2 teams going at it. They know how the game's being officiated. They're both playing, extremely hard, and they're going to see what the officials call.
Getz down low, a turnaround over the 6'4" freshman. And Reagan Getz right now going at it here for Southeast on offense.
And the Trojan bench is all kind of smiling right now. That's not a good shot, but if it goes in, it is. Great offensive just attack from Getz.
Here's a three-pointer, top of the circle. That's no good. And Lillian Gray got the 2-pointer inside.
Sing some songs, get some
Lily Allen going. Southeast of Saline has it back. Carson Slazner with it. She'll unleash the 3 and got it to go. Slazner kind of stepped back when she shot that with her hand in the air, as almost to say, yeah, I know it's good. Was able to splash it home. Southeast now by 11. Sterling still working on the left-hand side. I'm telling you, this switching defense that Southeast has the ability to play is really giving Sterling some problems.
Yeah, it really is, and we always talk about it, but there's 5 girls that can guard 5 different girls. If we see a nice entry pass, a lot of contact there. So a great entry pass from Breyer to Lily Gray, and I thought there was a lot of contact from Gilpin on Gray. They didn't call that foul. They ended up calling another foul, and it looks like they're going to call it on Getz. But a great job from Benny Horst just to fight for the rebound right there. A lot of contact. Getz is unfortunate to get called for the foul.
Looked like Benny Horsch went through the back of Reagan Getz to get that rebound, and then Reagan got called with the foul when she went back up to shoot it. Nonetheless, Benny Horsch gets 2 free throws. She made the first one. She has 7 points. For Reagan Getz, that is her second personal foul. For Southeast of Saline, their 3rd team foul. Second free throw misses. Linden's going to win the race out for the loose ball in the corner. She'll go to Kate Rowland, and Rowland travels with the ball.
It was almost one of those where she dribbled, she stopped for a second, and then dribbled again, and everybody kind of forgot that she'd already dribbled. And it was a delayed double dribble call as we see Southeast take a 30-second timeout. But, again, it's that pressure. When you're getting poked and poked and poked, every once in a while you're going to make a mistake.
Up by 10, Southeast of Saline takes a 30. We will as well. Back with more Southeast Lady Trojan basketball after this.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses acquire relief loans to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Out of the 30-second timeout, Southeast of Saline leads it by 10. 2:10 left to go here in the third. Maddie Harris on the right wing, out to Eleni Yanakopoulos. They're out there with Avery Castleman, Reagan Getz, and Chase Gilpin. 2 minutes left to go in the third. This is the championship game at the Sterling Invitational Tournament. Southeast of Saline's never won it. Here's Reagan Getz for 3, left-hand side. That one off the front of the cylinder won't go. Here comes McKenna Linden on the run out. Accelerator on the floor all the way down the court. And a charging foul. Avery Castleman sprints back and collects that charge on an out-of-control McKenna Linden.
Yeah, we see Linden go out of control a lot, but she's just so good at the body. Avery was there. I don't know if Avery was set. I don't know if but Avery stuck her nose in there. Avery was brave enough to try to get in the way of that locomotive, and she's rewarded for the charge.
That'll be a third turnover for Sterling here in this half. So far, Southeast of Saline does not have a turnover in this third quarter. Gilpin with it in the corner. She pitches back out to Maddie Harris. 90 seconds left to go here in the third. Reagan Getz wants to drive. She gets into traffic. She's clobbered, and free throws coming up for the junior Getz.
This is just what you love to see from the Trojan offense. I mean, you don't know who it's going to come from, but every night it's somebody different. So it's just whoever can attack and can go and is feeling the hot hand, and right now it's Reagan Getz.
You look down the bench right now as Reagan Getz sinks the first free throw. Pearson's been resting. Slazner is resting. Brielle Potachik's resting. You got to think that they're going to have the stamina advantage here in the fourth quarter when we turn the page.
You're exactly right, and you know the only speed that Coach Smith wants to go is faster. It's going to be faster and faster and faster regardless of the score. She's got to wear down these Black Bears.
Second free throw on the way from Reagan Getz is also good, and that's a new career high in scoring. Reagan Getz has 15 points. She had 14 earlier this season against Hillsboro. Maybe it's something about top-ranked teams in the state of Kansas.
Without big-time players performing big-time games, don't they?
Inside Begley, across the paint now to Benny Horsch, and they will score 2. For Horsch, that is 5 points in the quarter, 9 for the game. Back to a 10-point Southeast of Saline lead. 1 minute left to go in the third. Pearson drives the baseline and scores. Mallory Pearson with 4. Sterling quickly back down. They want to test this Southeast defense. Little hesitation drive by Callie Breyer, and she's going to have her right arm grabbed, and free throws coming up.
Yeah, and right there, Reagan was just in poor position. Breyer did such a good job to evade 2 Trojan defenders, and Getz just gets called for the foul. It's almost one of those. She did a good job fouling to make sure the bucket didn't go in, but Reagan's got to realize that's 3 on her now, and she is a lot of the offense production's got to understand that situation right there.
Reagan Getz, the first player in this game on either team with 3 fouls. She will go out and take a break. Carson Slazner back in. 49 seconds left to go. First free throw is made by Breyer. She also makes the second one. And free throws keeping Sterling in this game here in the third quarter. Slazner, a long pass up the floor. Yana Koplis gets it. Misses the lay-in, though, underneath. She was stuck underneath the cylinder.
No.
And now they're going to call a foul on this. They fight for the basketball. They were tied up. Looked like Slazner and Farney. And Slazner Slazner gets the foul. Unbelievable. Farney jerked that ball out of Slazner's hands and fell down.
Again, that was just a play. It looked like Farney was off balance. Like there was nothing malicious about the play. It looked like a great tie ball, jump ball situation that wasn't called. Carson called for his second.
Here's Sterling now. They're going to drive it off to the right-hand side. Callie Breyer with it. Slazner there defensively. 2 really good players in the state of Kansas going head-to-head here at the top of the key. Slazner and Callie Breyer. Here's a switch now. Castleman will take Breyer. 15 seconds left to go. Breyer tries the lob. Gets it down to Begley. Begley still in the paint. Now she knocks Slazner down. She's still in the lane. And still in the lane.
There's got to be a whistle.
Finally, there's a 15-second call on Begley in the paint. Holy cow.
There was just so much that went on there. I didn't know if there was a travel, if there was a double dribble. So much. Finally, the 3-second call bails Southeast out.
Here's 5 seconds left. Slazner across the center court stripe. 3 seconds left. She crosses over. 3-pointer at the buzzer. Hits the backboard and had a good look. Slazner said she got fouled.
Yes.
And we are at the end of the third quarter. Buckle in. The fourth quarter should be a good one. Southeast of Saline leads the host team, Sterling, 48-38 here in the championship game. And it's all brought to you by Saline Medical Aesthetics.
When it comes to windrowers, we could tell you that Case IH raises the bar for innovation, technology, and comfort. That our new WD5 series delivers the fastest transport speeds in the industry with up to 30 miles per hour. That the robust drivetrain excels through hilly areas. And that the suspended cab and airbag rear axle suspension makes for a smoother, more comfortable ride. But don't take our word for it. Discover the power and performance of the Case IH WD5 series windrower for yourself. Visit Can Equip in Salina to learn more.
The Southeast of Saline School District has a long-standing reputation for excellence. This excellence in public education has been a source of great pride and one of the factors contributing to the quality of life in our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation works in partnership with the USD 306 School District and the community that it serves to maximize student potential, thereby creating a lasting legacy, not only for our children, but for our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Education Foundation salutes the Trojan Sports Program.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Well, if you told Southeast of Saline you're going to come into Sterling's tournament, you're going to play the undefeated host team, you're only going to play one quarter, but we're going to give you a 10-point lead. Would you take it? I think Southeast would, and that's where they're at right now. They lead 48-38 as we start the fourth quarter of action. Here's McKenna Linden from the left-hand side. Unleashes a three. That's no good. Bigley down low, grabs the rebound, drop step, and scores. Sadie Bigley has 8. Southeast quickly back up the floor, though. Pearson going to the basket. And there's your quiet answer once again with Mallory Pearson.
And again, they're looking to run. Like you're thinking sometimes the 10-point lead in the fourth quarter, you're going to look to matriculate the basketball down the court. Not Shauna Smith and their Trojans. They're going to push and push and push. With you see a lazy pass, Elena great bats the ball out of bounds. Ball sticks with Sterling.
What I love watching, Mallory Pearson always takes the ball handler coming up the floor, and Sterling is trying a high screen on that. They bring Bigley out to screen her off, and then Southeast is just like, okay, Mallory Pearson's going to guard your post player then, and Elena Yanakopoulos is going to take your guard. We're fine defensively.
100%, you're exactly right. And again, those two, their names aren't going to show up in stat sheets, but the dirty business they do just creates havoc for other teams.
Pick and roll, Bigley. Might have got away with a travel, but she made a fantastic pass across the paint to Benny Horsch for 2.
And Horsch is so good on that left side. We've seen her several times. It looked like Maddie Harris a little bit out of control. Again, a lot of contact.
Here's a loose ball, though. Avery Castleman pokes it away. Harris with it. Castleman in the paint. Shovel pass back to Slater. She's
no idea
fouled.
what's going on.
It is just chaos. It's tournament chaos.
It really was. You're better with words. You described the last 10 seconds.
There was a loose ball off the rebound. Maddie Harris looked like she may have got pushed in the back a little bit, missed the shot going to the rim on the right-hand side, and then it was just a scrum for the rebound. It looked like Sterling had it secured, bringing it away, but then Avery Castleman tips it out, and it ends up going to Carson Slazier, who now got fouled. She's at the line, missed the first.
You and I might be the only two that did not get fouled on that play.
Second free throw by Slazier goes in. She has 9 after missing the first free throw. Back to a 9-point Southeast of Saline lead. 6:40 left to play. There's Farney on the right-hand side into Begley. Slazier in there trying to defend, and Begley goes underneath her arm and scores. That might be the biggest problem Southeast has.
And we're seeing a concentrated effort from from Sterling to get the basketball to Begley down there, and she's always got Hirsch on that left block if something breaks down for her.
Here's Slazier, a little drive and go. She gets it into Pearson, and Mallory just muscles it up and scores another one. 8 points for Mallory Pearson. Boy, Southeast has an answer for everything that Sterling has done so far, and they continue to maintain this 8 to 11-point cushion. Boy, Sterling is trying really hard to get that ball inside. Begley now trying to steal over the top, but Slazier's hanging out behind her. There's a drive now by Farney. She falls down and a foul call.
Yeah, it looked like Carson just didn't have It's almost one of those times where you have position and you're not fully confident, so you take that last, lateral step or maybe step when your position is good enough to create a difficult shot. You've already got the difficult angle that you see Farney going to the bucket with, but it's that final step, draws the contact as Farney misses the first, and we see Carson with the third foul.
Lacey Farney, 2 points, misses the first free throw there. Joe Rowland trying really hard with the officials to try to get some fouls inside. She thinks Southeast of Saline's being a little too aggressive with Bigley inside. Farney makes the second free throw. 53-45. Southeast with it back. Under 6 minutes left to go. Brielle Potachik is back into the game. She's out there with Pearson, Harris, Yanakopoulos, and Slazner. 53-45. Southeast has led the entire way in this game. There's a drive by Slazner, and she is going to be grabbed, and 2 free throws coming up. Carson just almost puts this defense to sleep. If she gets in between 2 defenders, they really don't have a choice to reach out and grab her. She's done a really nice job of that tonight, being patient and seeing the creases.
Yeah, it's a patient Carson is extremely dangerous. There's been times that she couldn't be patient. The offense had to go everything through her. Man, when you start laying off her as she misses the first free throw, she's just gonna slice, she's gonna attack. She's got to convert on these free throws.
We are in a point in the game where free throws are going to start making a difference. That is the 5th team foul on Sterling, 6th team fouls on Southeast. Second free throw on the way. Slazner goes 1 of 2 again. missing the first, just like she did on her trip just a little bit ago. Sterling with it, trailing by 9. Farney in the corner, lob pass inside to Benny Horsch. Maddie Harris got a piece of it, probably disrupted the rhythm a little bit. Beagley gets the rebound and cannot score on the backside. She put an air ball over the top. Slazner with the rebound. Here comes Harris. Maddie to the lane, pitch out. Potacek, three-pointer on the way. Won't go, hit the front of the rim. Farney inside for the rebound. Farney's pass to Linden. McKenna Linden, I don't know how she caught that, but then she runs into Eleni Yanakopoulos and gets the blocking foul. 3-point play opportunity coming up for McKenna Linden.
And we continue to see it. I mean, Linden is fearless. I mean, she's going to attack. And Elena she got caught up in a bad position right there and got called for a third. But she's strong. You know, we discussed it. She's 5'5", but she just finishes. She's a little, she's muscle and just great finish from her.
McKenna Linden's free throw is up and no good. Benny Horsch got a hand on it, but Mallory Pearson has it. Now she's going to throw it away. Sterling's going to save it. Sterling had really no reward of saving that ball, but they did. And now they're working for it on offense. Down by 7. Here's Breyer inside, and another and-one opportunity. This coming from Benny Horsch. She got fouled, and the basket went in. So the first foul of the second half for Southeast of Saline could result in 3 points.
When you see right there, Callie Breyer is so special. She saw that she had a baseline. She drove baseline. As soon as that help came, she knew that she would have Benny Horsch on the left side. Horsch did a great job catching the ball, going up, absorbing the contact, and now has a chance for a 3-point play.
4 different Southeast players have 3 fouls. As a 30-second timeout comes, it's Potacek, Slazner, Yanakopoulos, and Getz. They all have 3. A 30-second timeout. When we come back, a free throw for Sterling. They're going to try to pull within 4 here on KINA.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
See me, Kelly Kitchener, at our brand new location, 1809 South Ohio in Salina.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Basketball on KINA.
Devin Haney, Tyler Smith here at Sterling College. 54-49 our score. Southeast of Saline leads it. And Benny Horsch at the free throw line trying to pull it within 4 points, and she does. Horsch now has 5 here in this quarter, 12 for the game. 54-40. Southeast of Saline up the left-hand sideline. The hardware is being delivered to the scorer's table. Maddie Harris with it. She's going to curl all the way around through the lane, get tied up, and they're going to call
mercy,
an arrow situation. They're going to say it's a dual possession, and the possession will stay with Southeast of Saline.
Thought Maddie did a really good job attacking the bucket right there, and apparently a really good play from Lacey Farney to tie up the basketball.
Baseline official blew his whistle. Then he looked to the outside official for help, who made the dual possession call. Nonetheless, Southeast of Saline will keep it here on their offensive end. Pearson with it. She's going to come from the corner, back outside. Play it's Avery Castleman between the rings. Right in the center of the floor. Here's Potacek. Now to Getz. Reagan had the hot hand earlier on in this game. Now she gets inside, steps around a defender, and scores off the glass. Reagan Getz with 17. She continues to build that career high.
And that's a Carson Slazner-esque type finish right there. Wrong-footed, a lot of awkward steps, great finish. And right there, Getz going to get called for a 4th. Yeah, Breyer did a really good job just attacking the bucket, just stay away, understand angles right there, and Getz gets called at the 4th.
It was interesting because Breyer did a really good job pushing off Reagan Getz, and then when Reagan came back to her is when the contact called. And it is the 4th foul, as you said, on Reagan Getz. Callie Breyer did not get the angle at the basket. She really wasn't in an angle to even get to the rim, but she was fouled in the act of shooting, so to speak. She gets her first free throw.
And, I mean, where you are right now, Southeast, you take out Reagan Getz, who's got 17, and is in foul trouble, and you just put in do everything Carson Slazner.
56-52. Both free throws good there by Callie Breyer. Under 4 minutes left to go in this one. Potacek with it. Gets into the paint. Now back out to Maddie Harris. Over to Avery Castleman. Castleman now wants to drive. She's going to pitch it out. Potacek for 3. Right wing. Splash. Brielle Potacek is in double digits with 10. That is a ties a new career high for Brielle Potacik. The most points that she has had this year. 59-52. That was a big tray from Brielle. Now Horsch forces up a shot. Potacik had a chance at the rebound. Now it's going to be scooped up by Karsten Slazner, and she's being mugged in an alley. Sterling players all over her. She tried to swing the ball as much as she could, and a foul was finally called. And this will send, 16 foul. After this, we're all shooting free throws.
And Devin, this is something we talked about earlier. When a game gets tight, Southeast has this test. They did this last night. Sterling has not a tight game this year. They've just been blowing people out. They've been blowing people out for the last 2 years. And not saying they're not capable of this situation, but this is a situation that's very familiar with Southeast Saline.
Well, that last foul was big, too, on McKenna Linden because that is number 4 on her.
That could be 5.
One of the leaders. Yeah, she just avoided a blocking foul on Slazner. It's almost like Slazner knows she has 4. Here's Potacik. She'll try another 3. God, that was a little too strong. I thought she got it to go. The angle for us was really good, but it came off the board no good. Sterling now has it back the other way. They trail by 7 as we go underneath 3 minutes. Linden has it. Top of the circle now to Breyer. She wants to drive. She'll pitch it out to Horsch. Horsch coming back at Pearson. Boy, they are all bunched up over in that corner. Inside to Bigley.
Wow.
Backside. And it's going to be Rowland. Got her shot blocked by Slazner, but they call a foul on Carson.
Yeah, and Carson definitely got worth the body. That's really, really good ball movement from Sterling right there. They caught Southeast moving around. Carson comes in and gets her with the body. You got to contest that shot. You can't give the easy layup right there. It's going to be tough now. 2.5 minutes left. Carson with 4.
Rowland hasn't scored. The lefty will go to the free throw line where she makes the first. Her first point of the night. Lacey Farney back into the game. They're going to take Bigley out here. Also, Reagan Getz into the game. Brielle Potacik will take a break. So your Southeast lineup is Getz, Pearson, Slazner, Castleman, Harris. And we have a timeout, 30-second timeout. Who called that? Sterling?
Yeah.
Sterling called it. We'll take it as well. 2:39 left to go. Free throw when we come back.
Troublesome car repair and everyone has told you it cannot be fixed or it's way too expensive? Try McKim Auto Service in Gypsum, Kansas. They do quick, dependable work and provide the lowest hourly rate in the area. McKim Auto will service your vehicle from front to back and everything in between. They treat you and your car like a friend or even family. McKim Service specializes in engine and transmission rebuild. 701 Naval, Gypsum, Kansas. Wouldn't trust anyone else with my family car. So, if your repair seems grim, remember McKim. Give them a call today to make your appointment.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Basketball on KINA.
2:39 left to go in this girls' championship game. 59-53. Southeast of Saline leads it by 6. Kate Rowland at the free throw line to try to complete her second free throw attempt. It is up and it is in. 2 free throws at the line for Kate Rowland. Now Southeast of Saline brings the ball up the floor. Mallory Pearson with it. Now Reagan Getz. Same situation that Southeast was in last night. They're going to find ultra pressure here from the Sterling Black Bears. They did the same thing last night from Hugoton. There comes Pearson with it. She goes to Harris. I don't think she intended to, and Farney gets the foul. Harris saved the day.
An errant pass. It just looked like, and again, that pressure caused a lot of problems right there. And now we're going to see Maddie Harris go to the line. And this, if you're going to be great, this is what you got to do. You got to finish here.
Maddie's been quiet after dropping 17 last night. She has only had 3 points here in this game. Front end of the 1-and-1 is too strong, no good. A foul on Farney was her second. Here comes Sterling back down the floor, trailing by 5. 2:12 left to go. They go in deep to Benny Horsch. Little drop step. Shot too strong and rebounded by Slazner. Slazner being fouled, and that's 5 on McKenna Linden. It's almost like Slazner gets the rebound, and the officials are going to call the second, maybe the third foul. Slazner's been dealing with it all game long, and she was ready for the pressure that time. And McKenna Linden is out of this game with too many fouls.
And that's a tough one. There wasn't a lot of contact, but Linden knew exactly. She knew it. I think she's more disappointed in herself. I think, right now, you're looking at Coach Rowland, they're disappointed in themselves right there. I mean, you just can't do that right there. Tic-tac foul, yes, but she knows that's a foul that's going to get called, and unfortunate that far away from the bucket.
Slazner's 1-and-1. The first one goes in. Clutch free throws here on out for Southeast of Saline. Southeast has 10 team fouls, so Sterling's shooting double bonus the rest of the way. Carson studies that second free throw. That one's going to drop in as well. They look identical to each other. 7-point lead, Southeast of Saline. 2 minutes left to go here in this girls' championship. Southeast trying to do something that people not named Hugoton don't do very good here in this gym in the championship game, and that's knock off the host team. Here's Breyer on the drive. Scooping left-hander goes up, and she is fouled, and she will go to the free throw line. The foul, I believe, against Avery Castleman. And Avery looking around as if to say, what? But that's not bad, though. That's her first foul.
You know, and we saw this last night with Mike and Hamlin. And despite Hamlin having 16 last night, you're seeing just these great players stifled, and now you're seeing them sped up, and they feel like they've got to score, they've got to do something, and that's when kind of everything gets out of whack. But a great move right there from Breyer to get to the bucket and get herself in the free throw line as she misses the first.
Breyer's second free throw on the way, and that is good. That was her first miss from the free throw line in this game. She's 5 of 6. 61-55. Slazner being challenged by Farney. She takes her all the way to the right-hand sideline and now brings it back to Mallory Pearson in the middle of the floor. 1:37 left to go. We are in crunch time of this championship game. Southeast of Saline had a tough one last night with Hugoton, the number 1 ranked team in Class 3A. Sterling, the number 1 ranked team in Class 2A, and a hand check foul called up top on Sadie Bigley that will send Mallory Pearson to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. For Bigley, that's her third.
And if you're Sterling, you have to make this a free throw shooting contest, and right now that's what you need to do.
I tease Coach Smith all the time because she's stuck on not having a big girl. But I tell her what you think might be a deficit, other people say might be your strength. Right now, if you're Sterling and you want to have a post player on the floor, you're in trouble because Southeast has 5 guards.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And there's five people that can handle the ball, and there's 5 people that can guard everywhere as Mallory Pearson misses the first.
Pearson missed the front end of the 1-and-1. After this, everybody's in the double bonus. 78 seconds left to go. Southeast defending here. Bigley camped out in the lane again. She's going to curl around and finish with her left hand. Sadie Bigley, that whole possession, was standing in the middle of the lane, and she turns around and gets her 11th and 12th points of the game, making this a 4-point game. 1:11 left to go, and a full timeout. We'll step away and take it. Back with more Southeast of Saline Lady Trojan basketball after this.
PRP, or platelet-rich plasma injection therapy, has received quite a bit of attention since its use by many professional athletes. Professional football players like Peyton Manning and Jamal Charles have used PRP therapy for sports injuries and to avoid surgery. But you don't have to be a world-class athlete with millions of dollars for this cutting-edge therapy. PRP is available to you in the Salina Pain Clinic. Call the doctors for a consultation and see if this treatment is right for you. See them at 200 South 5th in the Salina Surgical Arts Center.
When termites strike your home or business, you want to fight back with the best. Hasman Termite and Pest Control to the rescue. With over 57 years experience, they offer the best of options, including the new BASF High Precision Injection Treatment. Don't let termites get you down. With one phone call to Hasman's, they can put one in the win column for you. Call Hasman Termite and Pest Control today or visit HasmanTermite.com and follow them on Facebook.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
1:11 left to go. 61-57, Southeast of Saline. Mallory Pearson with it on the inbound. Southeast of Saline has to break full court pressure. They get it into Reagan Getz. Now back to Pearson. Pearson's being hand-checked over to the corner. Sterling's going to get the ball and save it back in bounds. Underneath, Benny Horsch has it. The second turnover for for Southeast ends up in Benny Horsch scoring 2. Now what do we got going on here? Couple of bodies on the floor and a timeout call. Shauna Smith's telling the official that her guards are being held, and I'm not sure that she's not wrong. There was a lot of hand-checking and a lot of grabbing during that last exchange. We're in a timeout. We'll leave it right here. 56 seconds left to go. 61-59. And Southeast of Saline unable to get the ball in cleanly there. And a couple of different plays happened. One of them, Tyler, was just kind of the tip of the ball to go out and keep your feet in bounds and to keep the ball in bounds, which there's an official over there on that sideline. Sterling was able to do that. Then they get it in down low. And Southeast out of shape defensively gave up the 2.
Well, yeah, and if you're Sterling right now, obviously you're playing a lot of full court pressure, and you don't mind if there's contact. If there's contact, you just send Southeast to the free throw line where they haven't been successful, other than game 1 of this tournament, and you're willing to make this a free throw shooting contest, or you do what just happened right there, and you create a lot of havoc, and you see a turnover and some quick bucket for Sterling. So right now you got to be super strong with the basketball because Sterling doesn't care if they foul you right now. They don't mind sending you to the free throw line. Be strong with the basketball. Be ready to make free throws at the other end.
Jim, as we realized and knew it would get loud, Mallory Pearson gets the ball into Maddie Harris. Harris spins off the defender. Now in a foot race, she's going to go up the right-hand sideline. Everybody in Sterling chasing her. Now Mallory Pearson has it. Mallory is knocked down towards the timeline.
Okay. Sorry.
30.
Everybody in Sterling wanted the travel call right there, but she never gave up her dribble. The dribble was only given up after she got tackled.
Callie Breyer with the foul. That is her second foul. Mallory Pearson to the free throw line for 2 free throws. Mallory was just there. Missed the front end of the 1-and-1. Misses this one. Eight points in the game for Mallory Pearson. Second free throw goes home. It's a 3-point lead, 47 seconds left to go. Sterling, although they have not done it a lot tonight, they are capable of shooting the three. Just as I say that, Breyer lets one free, and it goes. Callie Breyer from about 27 feet away has just tied this game. Slazner has it in the backcourt. Everybody going nuts in the gym. Southeast still trying to be composed. They go on the left-hand side to Avery Castleman, and Shauna Smith calls a timeout. A deep three from Callie Breyer, who really before that hasn't done much as far as Callie Breyer standards. She's kind of free throwed her way to 9 points in this game, but that time she didn't even mess with the Southeast of Saline defense. She shot right over the top of them in a deep 26-foot three, goes in the cup and ties this game. Now you turn the page if you're Southeast of Saline. You've had trouble getting the ball in bounds and going full court the last couple of times, but here you have to get the ball in. Also, we kind of saw this situation last night, but with more time on the clock. If you're Southeast of Saline, you want to get a shot up here, Tyler. With 5 to 7 seconds on the clock, you give yourself enough for a chance for a putback, but you do not want Sterling to get the ball on the other side of half court. The worst thing that happens if you're Southeast of Saline here is overtime.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, you got to work the ball. You're going to have about 22 seconds of really strong ball handling with a lot of strong defensive pressure. Because, again, I don't know if Sterling, they don't mind sending you to the free throw line right now. No. Southeast Saline has not proven that they can hit 2 free throws in a row, so you're going to see strong defense. You're going to see bodies flying around. And exactly like you're right, you want to get into kind of a set or a play with about 7 or 5 seconds, and you don't want to leave a lot of time left. It's either one shot, it falls, or it doesn't, and you go to overtime if it doesn't fall.
The arrow favors Sterling. Both teams have a timeout remaining. Slazner has it, middle of the floor. Clock down to 22. She goes to the right-hand side to Harris, now returns it back. Now Getz has it in her hands. The defender comes in, tries to tip it away. Now it goes to Castleman. Back out to Slazner. Clock down to 12. Slazner starts to drive right-hand side. Clock down to 8. Maddie Harris has it. She hit the overtime shot last night. Here's Pearson at the free throw line. Ball being tied up, and Sterling will get the arrow. 2.2 seconds left. Sterling will have the ball. And they're going to call a timeout.
Hey, and that's a shot you don't mind. I mean, you got Mallory Pearson with a 15-footer. In retrospect, you almost wish Carson's not tying that ball up. And, hey, here you go. And here's something we saw last night. It was a similar situation, I think about 3.2 seconds left, so maybe an extra second. You have to play really hard defense. If you're Sterling, obviously you're going to get the ball going this way. And odds are it's going to be Breyer. Breyer's going to get a shot up. We know her zone. I mean, She's in range. Anytime she's within probably 30, you got to play tough defense without drawing a foul because she's going to be crafty. She's going to try to figure out a way to get her body involved.
And if you're Southeast, you don't want to give it up, but you almost dare Sterling here to throw a baseball pass. Because if it goes the length of the floor, it goes out of bounds on the sidelines without being touched, you get the ball underneath your own basket. But that's neither here nor there right now. Southeast of Saline needs to do their job and keep Sterling from getting a clean shot up here with 2.2 seconds left. We'll see the approach here for the Lady Trojans as Sterling breaks out of their huddle. We are tied 62 points apiece with 2.2 left in this game. Sterling has to go the length of the floor. Southeast of Saline will have the arrow once Sterling inbounds. Benny Horsch will do it. Couple of screens up top to get it into Breyer. She goes to the sideline, unleashes the shot with .5, and it goes too strong. Wow. What a great look for Sterling. Breyer covered a lot of territory in that 2 seconds, And now we will go to an extension of the fourth quarter. Overtime is next. 62-62 championship game. Overtime coming up here on KINA.
The winter season may be here, but paintball fun is still waiting for you at Elite Sports. Elite Sports Paintball Complex, located 5 miles south of Salina, is open for special winter hours. Get the group together and visit Elite Sports on Saturdays and Sundays this winter from 11 until 4. Elite Sports features low-impact paintballs for the beginners or little ones, so everyone can have more fun. Visit them online at SalinaPaintballComplex.com. Elite Sports Paintball Complex, open and waiting for you this weekend.
The Appliance Center. It's where you go to shop for washers, dryers, kitchen appliances, furniture, pellet grills, TVs, and so much more. If you are looking for a local, family-owned business, visit the Appliance Center. We're in the big red and white building on South Broadway in Salina. Come experience the Appliance Center difference.
To someone going through a difficult time, a text, a call, or a visit can mean so much. Reach out to the veterans in your life today. Let them know they're not alone. If you're a veteran in crisis or know one who is, visit veteranscrisisline.net for confidential support.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Devin Haney, Tyler Smith back here ready for the overtime period. As Southeast of Saline and Sterling getting ready to play an extra 4 minutes. 62-62. Both teams have a little bit of foul trouble going on. Nobody for Southeast has fouled out yet. McKenna Linden has fouled out for Sterling. And the Black Bears win the tip. They will have the first offensive possession as seating space in this gym now at a premium. There's Benny Horsch down low. Slazner had to let her go because she has 4 fouls. And Horsch is going to score.
Yeah, you've got to assume they're really going to attack the inside. They're going to attack the inside with Horsch and with Bigley. You got to play really tough defense when you've got two of your post presences for Southeast with 4 fouls.
Sterling in the man-to-man set now. Here's Maddie Harris getting into the paint. She can't score, gets her own rebound, though, and then she is bumped out of bounds. Maddie Harris will go to the free throw line and shoot 2 on the double bonus. Boy, Maddie's so good inside, just keeping that ball alive, so she had a chance at the possession and was fouled, bumped out of bounds. Kate Rowland with the foul. It's her first. Both teams have exceeded the foul limit, so we're in double bonus all the way on non-shooting fouls. Harris's first free throw is up and good. Maddie was really one of the catalysts last night of Southeast of Saline beating Hugoton. Second free throw on the way. Missed it, too strong. Southeast trails by 1. Sterling with the basketball. 3:25 left to go here in overtime. 64-63. Black Bears up the floor. There's a near steal, Slazner. Again, Carson has to be careful. She has 4 fouls. Back to Rowland. She's at the top of the circle. She'll fire it off to the right-hand side. Callie Breyer with it. Breyer hit that deep 3 to put us into overtime. They try to get it inside to Bigley on the pick and roll, and Bigley scores. Sadie Bigley in double-digit scoring. Once again, she has 14. 3-point lead here by Sterling. Pearson with it. Now over to Harris. Harris looking. Plays it to Yannikopoulos. Now Castleman on the left-hand side. Avery trying to shake the defender here. Now she's going to play at top of the circle. Back to Maddie Harris. Sterling playing a really hard-nosed man-to-man defense here. Yannikopoulos on the crossover. Tried to get it across the lane to Slazner. It's slapped out of bounds. And this might not be a bad thing for Southeast of Saline because usually they have really good inbound offense.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Now you can go offense for defense right here. You can get Reagan Getz in. And with what Getz has done offensively right now, I mean, these are the 4 most offensive players you have on the court. You have Potacek that can come in and also score. But this is what you want on the court right now when you're down 3.
Referee bringing Carson Slazner over to check her arm. Maybe thought she was bleeding, and now the inbounds pass stolen away by Bigley. Here comes Southeast of Saline up the floor. That's only the 5th turnover of the game for Southeast. Actually, excuse me, it's the 6th. Sterling has a chance to put this one out of reach, most likely. 2 minutes left to go. Pearson up top. Sterling being very patient with it. Callie Breyer near the timeline. Pearson coming out, just edging closer and closer to her. Black Bears trying to run down the clock here. 66-63. Sterling, the undefeated number 1 ranked team in Class 2A. Breyer goes behind her back, switches off defensively. Begley inside, passes it across to Horsch, and a foul call. Maddie Harris fouled her. Benny Horsch will go to the free throw line.
Hey, you're seeing really strong interior play right there. First of all, it starts with Breyer. I mean, Breyer's able to handle the ball. She's able to take a lot of pressure. She doesn't panic. You see her give the ball to Begley, and Begley knows exactly where Horsch is. It's just a great 1-2-3 combo right there from the Black Bears.
Free throw missed by Benny Horsch. Score remains 66-63. Second free throw on the way. That one's also missed, but Sterling gets the rebound. Now Southeast ties them up. Boy, that's a big tie up there by Maddie Harris because it gets a possession for Southeast of Saline. Sterling would have had it back, leading by 3 with 97 seconds left. Now Southeast has it back. Mallory Pearson on the inbounds. They get it into Maddie Harris. Boy, Maddie sealed that screen perfectly. Was able to come back to the basketball. Harris up the right-hand side. Tries to go to the rim. Now she's shut off. She's going to bring it back out. Middle of the floor up high. Hand off to Slazner. 66-63. Southeast trailing by 3 here in overtime. 1:19 left to go. Gets with it. Now she'll go to Potachik, who has just checked into the game. Brielle off the pick. Goes to Harris. Harris looking inside it. Gets a little ball fake. Goes to Begley and draws the foul. Sadie Begley has just committed her 4th foul. And to the free throw line will go Reagan Getz.
Yeah, and a lot of contact there. It seems to be like, of course, everybody thinks every call is controversial. A lot of contact and a really, really good foul from Begley right there. You can't just let the 2-point and easy layup go up right there. She committed the hard foul. Didn't let Getz finish the play. She misses the first.
17 points tonight for Reagan Getz. Misses the front of this double bonus situation. She still has another free throw waiting on her. And a chance to bring this back within 2. Second free throw on the way. Missed that one as well. Slazner, though, with the rebound. Carson goes back at it and a foul call. Boy, the crowd's going to go nuts over that one. They thought it was a clean block. And Slazner's going to go to the stripe.
And if there was any contact, it clearly was not from Callie Breyer, who's called for the foul right there. Whew. It's a great break for the Trojans.
Slazner with 2 on the shooting foul. She makes the first. $13 points for Carson Slazner. Second free throw on the way. Got it. We were tied at 62 at the end of the 4th. Now it is a 1-point Sterling lead, 66-65. Sterling did not lead until the overtime period. Believe that or not. Southeast of Saline was in this situation last night with Hugoton. And now a pushing foul will be called on Maddie Harris as she got tangled up there with Lacey Farney.
And Devin, that's an unfortunate foul, but I'll tell you right now, with the way Sterling's kind of playing offensively, that stops the clock. It sends you to the free throw line. I mean, it's 6-1, a half dozen of the other, especially if that free throw's missed right there. That's not a bad foul at all.
You always kind of wait to see the results of the free throw until you go, man, that was a great foul.
Yeah, it really was, because now you're going to get...
But here's the deal, though, with Benny Horsch and also Sadie Begley in there, you got to get the rebound on this. You're rebounding 4 against 3. If you're Southeast, you can't let them get another offensive board.
Oh, that's
and they
big.
do not. A missed free throw. Avery Castleman comes up with it. Southeast of Saline now with the ball, trailing by 1. Sterling leads at 66-65. And a timeout, Shauna Smith. 39.7 seconds left to go in this one. And it's a full timeout. We will keep it right here. If you missed it a little bit earlier, Southeast of Saline's boys got 3rd place here at the Sterling Invitational. Southeast of Saline now moves to 8-3 on the season, 76-54 over the Kingman Eagles. Nakari Morical-Palmer had a new career high with 21 points, 16 points from Eli Sawyers, 13 points from Luke Gebhardt, and a new career high for Drew Richardson of 12 on 4 3-pointers. Southeast of Saline's boys and girls will be back at home on the campus of Southeast of Saline to take on the Republic County Buffaloes, and that will be a game at home for Southeast on Tuesday. Here at 66-65, Sterling leads it by 1, 39.7 seconds left. Southeast has the ball in front of their own bench. If there is a tie-up and a dual possession, the arrow belongs to Sterling. Both teams are in the double bonus, and both teams have 1 timeout remaining. And I think if you drew it up and you said, what we really need here, we've got a good basketball team. We think they can make a push towards the state tournament. But, man, Tyler, we need some really good midseason training periods. I mean, just some training.
You couldn't have drawn this up any better, could you? I mean, it's had everything. These last 2 games have been absolutely incredible. It might be 2 of the top teams this Trojan team plays all year, and it's just been great. And this environment's been electric.
Slazner with it off the inbounds. Couple of dribbles. She'll pitch it out now to Reagan Getz. Back to Carson Slazner. She gets into the lane underneath and scores! Carson Slazner has put Southeast of Saline up by 1. She got underneath Bigley and was able to score through the arm. 67-66. Clock down to 20. Got to keep your eye on Callie Breyer. They switch off. Getz with her. Breyer on a hesitation dribble. Spins. Now she's stuck. She gets it into Bigley, who is camping in the lane, and an and-one opportunity. We have seen it all night long. Sadie Bigley never leaves the lane on offense, and they have, 1 3-second call tonight.
Yeah, Bigley just plants herself down there. And I found it interesting right there, and obviously the Trojans had Mallory Pearson out of the game for, offensive purposes on the way before, but it kind of hurts you right there. I mean, you want to see Mallory in there. Anytime there's a defensive possession, you got to have Mallory Pearson in the game as she checks in right now. But still, it's a 1-point game as Bigley goes to the line to try to convert the 3-point opportunity.
Again, you have to rebound if there's a miss here on this free throw. Southeast has been burned a couple of times on Black Bear misses, and Begley makes it. Still just a 2-point game, 69-67, 10 seconds left. Slazner has it. She's flying up the right-hand side of the floor, wants to go to the rim. She does, and a timeout called. Southeast of Saline called a timeout as Carson Slazner was going to the baseline and was able to score that basket. Now Southeast will have it with 6 seconds left to go. And that's one of those sayings, dang if you do, dang if you don't, right?
You're exactly right. In all fairness, Carson had 0 angle. She had 0. It looked like, I'm not going to say she was out of control, but that's what Carson Slazner does. In a situation like that, Carson knew exactly what she needed to do. Carson was just being Carson right there. You got to call the timeout.
You and I talked about this last night quite a bit. If you're Southeast, we heard Shauna Smith say it earlier in pregame, they're here with nothing to lose, man. They're just here to ball out and have some fun. Do you shoot the 3 here off the inbounds?
Devin, I think you do. I think you drop a play, and it's either all or nothing right here. This is a team, again, we talk about foul trouble. You want to keep playing quarters and keep playing overtime. Southeast is in way more foul trouble than Sterling is right now. If you just start knocking out players, I dial one up. And we talked about this, and I said last night, Brielle Potocnik, that's who I'm going to dial up, and that's who I'm going to draw one up for. Let's see if I get it right tonight. But I say you go all in. Be the gambler. Throw it out there.
How much of you wants to run the play you ran last night against Hugoton with Maddie Harris?
Right.
Maddie out beyond the 3-point line. 6 seconds left to go. Slazner's the inbounder. They get it into Harris. Maddie now back to Slazner over in the corner. 2 seconds left. Carson's going to have to float one up between defenders. She's knocked down and no foul call. Carson Slazner gets up, holding her nose and her face as she was knocked down on that last play, and Sterling gets away with a victory, 69-67, the final score. And boy, you got what you wanted, I think, on that last play. You should be shooting free throws right now. But again, we've said it throughout the tournament. Free throw line has not been friendly to Southeast of Saline over the last couple of games. Again, though, you come out and you say, what an experience. This was great for Southeast of Saline. They beat the number 1 ranked team in Class 3A. They pushed the number 1 ranked team on their home floor in their tournament. I cannot stress that enough in 2A, and Sterling moves to 12-0 on the season.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. And we've seen an extremely physical game. Both teams have played physical. Both teams have been the benefactor and had fouls called maybe that didn't go their way. That was a 50-50 call right there. And right there didn't go Southeast Saline's way. It looks like Carson ran to the locker room. She got herself a mask, got something put over her face.
Yeah, she's bleeding.
There's some blood. But gosh darn, that's a fantastic game. Devin, hey, that's as good as it gets right there.
They're going to go through some award ceremonies right now, and it's a little bit sickening that Carson Slazner is going to accept the second place award as she is bleeding when there was no foul called on the last play of the game. But that's the way it goes sometimes. When you own a tournament, you get a call or not a call when you need one. And I think that's what happened here tonight with the Sterling Lady Black Bears. 69-67, Sterling wins it in overtime. Postgame begins after this. It's brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers.
Winter travel.